Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
Hello, everyone.
What's up, dirty dogs?
Good morning, everybody. Here we are, August 4th, 2026. Looks like we're almost ready. Back in town. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Shit, yeah, it's good to see each and every one of you guys. Get ready. The madnesses are coming. They're finally back at work, these slouches. The county's working right now. I mean, we're sitting here blue screening, but we could see what's going on in the county meeting, if you'd like, for a few minutes until these ding-dongs get going.
Taxpayer dollars is not something that should be decided on behind closed doors. The public has a right to know where and
I'll
what
watch
the
the
dollars
blue
are
screen on
funded.
the other screen.
This measure would remove the ability for the public to learn and influence
This
the
is the
outcome
county,
of
not the
decisions
city.
being made within their county. The Board of Supervisors were elected to advocate for the citizens of Harvey County, yet our voices continue to be minimized and unheard while law enforcement continues to receive more and more funding.
Oh, it's going to be nonsense
today. With this measure
today.
making it even harder to influence and make decisions on law enforcement and probation unions. These decisions that are made behind closed doors can remove dollars that should be used for care first priorities like mental health care, homeless services, and violence prevention. Overall, budget decisions should remain with elected officials who must consider all county needs, not just ones for bargaining agreements.
This is different. This is the county, Miss Angelique.
Mason Fowler, your line is open. Please state the agenda items you're addressing and begin.
This is the city, what we normally watch.
Hello, my name is Mason Fowler, and I will be speaking today on
Mason Fowler sounds high.
19. I'm a resident of ST2, also a member of the Reimagine LA Coalition.
9 seconds.
And intern a lot of
I'm feeling froggy.
Speaking
on it's been like a year.
11 first, like the last speaker just talked about. Care first.
Thank you, Uninspired.
Making sure people's basic needs are met. No one should have to worry about whether they have access to soap, toothpaste, deodorant, or other necessities that you may need while being incarcerated. These aren't privileges; these are basic necessities. Thinking about the families of people who are incarcerated, many families are already dealing with financial challenges and should not have to spend their own money to provide items that.
So after you commit crimes, you better make sure that we make sure we have soup and toast, toothpaste and soap for them, not soup.
No matter why someone is in jail, they are still
and soup too. No soup for you.
Everyone deserves access to basic hygiene and the dignity that comes with that. Making sure people have these essential items is a simple step that can improve health, safety, and overall quality of life. And then speaking on agenda number 19, more than 2.1 million Los Angeles County voters supported Measure J because they want a different vision for public safety. They voted for investments in care, but not incarceration. The county should continue honoring that commitment through transparent information and meaningful community investment. Excuse me. To me, budgets reflect our values. When the county invests in housing, youth development, behavioral health care, violence prevention.
Stinks is in the other room laying on a plastic bag.
It helps address the root cause of harm before people enter the justice system. At the same time, communities deserve confidence that these investments are transparent, accountable, sustainable, and guided by community voices. This policy is an opportunity to strengthen all of those things.
That's dope, Oscar. Yeah.
10% of unrestricted net county costs.
He's handsome.
First priorities, but community members should be able to clearly understand how that 10%
be against the law
is
to be that handsome.
Transparency should not require residents to
But he's my son. I mean, he's got to be handsome.
Budget documents to understand where public dollars are going. Here first, more than budget policy. Thank you, guys.
I got this apprentice. I got this sent to me. I don't know where they got this.
Please state your name, the agenda items
sure, they got it online somewhere.
Yeah, how you doing? My name is James Nelson. I'm with DPN Justice LA. I'm speaking on agenda item 11.
Democratic.
Public comments. I'm formerly incarcerated. I was once inside of MCJ.
Of course you were incarcerated.
To know that folks is not getting hygiene hits
we're still on blue.
It's a shame because, again, they're getting funding to make sure that these kids is being passed out.
Todd?
But at the same time, by having inside knowledge about how a business is conducted inside of MCJ.
Online.
These hygiene kits be used as punitive measures where they punish people and not give them these kits. I think also we need to know more about IWF, how is those funds generated, and then why they are not being used.
Whether Tom's going to be there? Tom's not going to be there, I assure you that.
Inside of there. And again, it's just another task for the police to ask for more money. More money. As somebody else said,
that one.
How in the world is they
he
talking
has
about
better things to do.
Thank you. Maya Coleman, your line is open.
Tom's a high money earner. He got better things to do in his life. than to
Good
go
morning.
hang
My
out
name
with
is
these
Maya
dummies.
Coleman, and I'm here with the Reimagine LA Coalition, speaking on agenda items 11, 19, and 21.
We are, Mike.
I would like to echo
next
the other
couple
sentiments
minutes.
that have been uplifted, stating that the Sheriff's Department should not receive any additional funding to provide menstrual products. It should be taken from the budget that they already have. Giving LASD more funding to provide a legal requirement is detrimental to other county departments and to the families of incarcerated people. For agenda item 19, I support updating the Care First Community Investment budget policy because it affirms the county's commitment to Measure J. But passing a policy is not enough. We need to make sure it's implemented with transparency and accountability. Communities deserve to know how the county calculates 10% Care First investment. Please focus on transparency and putting the community first. It's not fair that the community is allocated the leftovers of the county's NCC dollars.
I seen his sister
Can I have
yesterday.
my other minute for my agenda items, please?
His sister looks
for
just
item
like
21,
him.
I urge you to reject this measure because decisions about how billions of taxpayer dollars are spent should remain transparent and accountable to the public.
By like a year.
While county workers deserve fair wages and good faith negotiations, this proposal would shift the final decision on certain public safety labor disputes away from the elected Board of Supervisors and into a binding arbitration process. Once that decision becomes final, the board cannot approve or reject it. The people of Los Angeles County elected you to make difficult budget decisions by balancing investments in public.
I wonder if they're going to bring telephonic comment back, like LA County's doing it, right? And they said they had to bring it back, right? So is today the first day that we get the comments back, like full? I mean, we had Jason the other day, right? Or we had Jason back. I think they did it already, right? They did. So it should be back. I forgot.
Final budget authority with the public and the Board of Supervisors.
Yeah, they're still on blue screen.
Thank you. Xenia Moreno,
Yeah,
your
right?
line is open.
And I
Please
forgot,
state the agenda
so-
items you're addressing and begin.
We should hear it today.
Hi, I'm here to address 11, 19, and 21. My name is Zenny Moreno, and I'm a resident of SD3, a law defensa intern and social work student at UCLA. I am in favor of the spirit of item 11 because incarcerated individuals are still human beings, deserving of dignity just like you
happy
and
belated birthday
but
to Steph
I find the other
Town.
public commenters' points about the misuse of billions in funds already allocated.
Well, do his favorite.
to be
He
incredibly
loves
compelling and worth
the minions. He's
investigation.
got one tattooed
Still,
on
I
him.
want to thank I want each supervisor to think about how many days you personally allowed to pass without rushing.
Happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, my bro. I know it was yesterday, and I know we went to dinner last night and all had a fantastic dinner. Yeah. Happy birthday one more time, bro. Love you.
Care First investments need to be transparent, accountable, and guided by community voices. Our budgetary stances on incarceration are truly matters of life and death that determine the outcome of not just...
All right, we should be getting close here.
That determine the outcome of every generation that follow ours, not just numbers on spreadsheets. If care is not prioritized first, it doesn't just happen last, it never happens at all. Finally, I am against item 21 because, again, transparency is incredibly important. The police departments do not deserve secrecy around their settlements or for the details to be made public only after settlements have been decided, since we are the ones who personally have to foot the bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Caller with phone number 323, last two digits 25. Your line is open. Please state your name, the agenda items you're addressing, and begin.
Good morning. My name is Bailey Brooks Henry. I'm a member of the National Association of Black Social Workers.
Where are they? They're already late by 3 minutes.
I'm addressing item number 17. I believe this is a disservice.
Item number 17 will be held for discussion. You can come back during that time.
Oh, you're getting dunked.
Caller with phone number 323, last two digits 74. Your line is open. Please state your name and the agenda items you're addressing and begin.
They're going fast. The county's going quick.
Caller, your line is open. Please state your name and the agenda items you're addressing. Go ahead.
Jason's down on Fig.
¿Sí habla español?
That's what he's supposed to be. He's the mayor.
Please continue.
Sí, mi nombre es Erika García. Estoy hablando para la moción 15. Quisiera agradecer a la supervisora y la Solís por estar a la altura de las circunstancias y ayudar a abordar la injusticia que sufren las empresas locales.
I can see they're still on blue screen.
Aunque en el incendio
They're only 4 minutes late now. 4 minutes, pile.
fueron responsables
4
del condado.
minutes. Remember you tell them 4 inches,
Aplaudo
pile.
su
4
iniciativa
inches.
de
Keeping the
intervenir
gun
y
from his...
brindar apoyo a las pequeñas empresas, ya que nadie más lo está haciendo. También
Oh, here we
apoyo
go.
que esta moción
Here we
adopte
go,
un
ladies and
enfoque
gents. We're back. It's official. It's official. All right, let me put their audio up. You can hear these dumb ding-dongs.
This morning's meeting will be taken
Turn it up.
in person in this council chamber, as well as over the telephone.
Oh.
Madam Clerk, please call the
Oh.
Harris, Dawson, Hernandez, Hutt,
Over the
Gerardo,
phone.
Reed, McCosker, Nazarian, Padilla, Park,
McCosker.
Price, Rahman, Rodriguez,
McCosker.
Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky. 14 members present and a quorum.
Thank
Mr.
you, John, for
President.
9.
All right,
I did
first
get the
order
shirt.
of business.
I'm going to wear
Approval
it
of the
tonight.
minutes of
Or, I
July
mean, sorry,
1,
for the Wednesday show.
2026.
Councilmember Hernandez moves. Councilmember McCosker seconds. What's next?
Commendatory
I'm wearing the
resolutions
other
for
one.
approval.
Councilmember Park moves. Councilmember Soto Martinez seconds. What's next?
Ian, thank you,
Mr.
Ian.
President, today is Tuesday and it's time for the flag salute.
All right, I'll ask
Thank you
everyone in the
again,
chambers
Job,
to rise, face the
for all
flag,
the
and follow along with
fantastic shirts.
Councilmember
You rock.
Blumenfield.
All right. If everyone could place your right hand over your heart.
SummerSlam was awesome.
Ready?
Yeah, I missed it.
Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
What's up, Yoda?
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, before we run through our agenda, colleagues and council staff, as you know, today we are officially under the jurisdiction of Senate Bill 707. We are working with ITA, the city clerk, and the CLA to develop an online system that will make amendments available for the public to view in real time. We look forward to sharing more information as that work moves forward in the next several days. In the meantime, as we did just before we took break, we ask any member introducing an amendment to give a short summary, a 2-sentence short summary of the amendment that they're submitting, in addition to submitting it in writing. And I want to just thank all the council members and their staffs for being flexible during this period.
Oh, look, he's
where
got
we're
his
making the
Batman.
transition to
All his,
comply,
he's dressed as
with
Batman,
this new state,
Mr. Herman.
law. And with that, Madam Clerk, I'll ask that we run through our agenda.
All right, let's get
Thank
it
you.
going.
Items 1 through
Let the
12 are
games
items
begin.
noticed for public hearing. For item 1, the
Talvish,
tabulated
thank
value
you.
of the opposing ballots cast does not exceed the
good
tabulated
seeing you
value
too,
of the
Talvish.
supporting ballots
Thank
cast,
you.
82.576% to 17.424%. Thus, a majority
Thank you,
protest is
Talvish.
found not to exist, and the proposed establishment of the Venice Beach Business Improvement
Probably
District
Tony.
may be authorized at this time. For item 2, the tabulated value of the opposing ballots cast does not exceed the tabulated value of the supporting ballots cast, 90.024%
Sid,
to
Bad Herman.
9.976%.
So I had to do the
Thus,
Bane
a majority
drop.
protest is found not to exist, and the
Damon's
proposed
been good.
establishment of the Century City Business Improvement District
Thank you,
may be
Damien.
authorized at this time.
Let's go.
For item number 3,
Appreciate
the
you,
tabulated
Damien.
value of the opposing ballots cast does not exceed the tabulated value of the supporting ballots cast, 78.422% to 21.578%. Thus, a majority protest is found not to exist, and the proposed establishment of the Westwood Business Improvement District may be authorized at this time. For item 4, the tabulated value of the opposing ballots cast does not exceed the tabulated value of the supporting ballots cast, 78.151% to 21.849%. Thus, a majority protest is found not to exist, and the proposed establishment of the West Adams Property and Business Improvement District
Mike?
may be
Am I
authorized at
okay?
this time. For item 5, the tabulated value of the opposing ballots cast does not exceed the tabulated value of the supporting ballots cast, 71.921% to 28.079%. Thus, a majority protest is found not to exist, and the proposed establishment of the Old Granada Village Business Improvement District may be authorized at this time. For item 6, the tabulated value of the opposing ballots cast does not exceed the tabulated value of the supporting ballots cast, 52.877% to 47.123%. Thus, a majority protest is
Hi,
found
Shell.
not to exist, and the proposed establishment of the Larchmont Village Business Improvement District may be authorized at this time. Items 13 through 25 are
don't know,
items
Beej.
for which public hearings have
No.
been held. Items 26 through 51 are items for which public hearings
It is
have
a
not
full
been
house,
held.
cats. It's
10
packed
votes are
tonight.
required for consideration.
And Herman is there for sure. He's dressed as Batman up front.
All right, without objection, those items are now before us. Do we have specials members? I see Councilmember Jurado on the queue.
Yes,
Oh,
thank
great,
you, Council
this
President.
bitch.
I'd like
Can you
to
go
call
fuck
item
yourself?
32 special for a separate vote.
All right, and I have on this side, Councilmember Lee.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Mr.
see, it's
President.
packed
I'd
in
like to
there.
call item number 20 special for an amendment. If I have it with me, if you'd like me to read it
If
in.
you could read a summary of it.
I move that the matter of the transfer of funds relative to the Los Angeles World Cup Safety and Security Grant Program Grant Award Application.
Laser lady there? I didn't see her.
Item number 20 on today's council agenda, Council File 260820, be
I
amended
know now,
to change
Ian.
the account information and recommendations number 3A of the CAO's report dated June 12, 2026 as follows. Replace police account number 46C170 with LAPD grant allocation account number 46C970.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Mr. Nazarian.
Thanks, Council President. I'd like to ask that we hold item 13
Got his
on the
little
desk
gay flag
for
there.
after public comment.
Make sure he
for
knee
some of
bends.
the comments. On behalf of Council District 9, continue item 26.
Thank you, Joshua.
August 5th, tomorrow.
Appreciate
All right.
you, Josh. Thank you, thank you,
Without
thank you.
objection, I got Councilmember Hernandez.
We are back, sir. We are
Council
back.
President, I would like to call items 25 and
yo,
32
fat
special
girl.
for a separate
Come
vote.
here, are you ticklish?
Item 44
Yeah, I
special
called
for
you
comments
fat.
and a separate vote. And continue item 29 for 1 month.
1 month would be to Friday, September 4.
All right, without objection, I got Councilmember Padilla.
Yes, I'd like to call item 30 special for comments and an amendment. This is an amendment that provides the Office of Historic Resource with a 14-day review period where feasible and consistent with public safety
Gotcha,
before the
girl.
demolition of any structure identified in Historic Places LA as a designated or potential historical resource.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Park.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you, Councilmember Nazarian. I just wanted to call 13 special.
Okay, Councilmember Rahman.
I'd like to call items.
Oh, this
apologize.
dirty. I don't know anything. Please, I apologize because I can't find my work.
For an amendment.
There's a cockroach on
And
top of it. I
for
cannot see.
Item 19, the amending motion that will be circulated makes a technical correction to update the source of appropriation accounts for a previously approved transfer of LA Continuum of Care Administration funding that went through the council. And then for item 24, the amending motion makes technical corrections to previously adopted funding recommendations adopted by this council by updating an interim housing fund transfer, adding a recommendation to transfer funding for alliance settlement third-party monitoring, and authorizing the reappropriation of HAP-3 funds so that the Bureau of Public Works can fully expend those funds for 25-26.
Thank you.
costs.
Come
So
again.
it's all technical corrections.
All right, Councilmember Rodriguez.
Item 24 for a separate vote.
Oh, Monical's
Councilmember
back
Soto.
too. She made it in here.
Asking for a recusal on item number 13. Out of an abundance of caution, I'm recusing myself on this item as I have investments in the hydrogen sector that may present a conflict.
A black nationalist flag? Which one's that, Ian? I haven't seen that one.
Any other specials members? I miss anybody? Mr. Nazarian.
I guess I had one more, which is to make item 8 special.
Make it special?
Yeah, special item for number 8. Just hold it on the desk.
Hold it
for
until
now.
after
Thank
public
you.
comment. Okay, all right. All right, going once, twice, making triple sure. All right, Madam Clerk, can you
Where's the
let
woke
us know
mug?
what items are available for votes at this time?
Thank you. And just to confirm, Councilmember Lee, your amendment is on item 20?
Yes.
Before
Hi,
council
Callie.
to vote are items 14 through 18
Hi, Skyforge.
and 21
Thank you for the
through
Twitch Prime for
23.
55 months.
All right, just open the roll on those items. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
All right, what's next?
Idiot.
Would the council like to move on to public comment?
Yes, we
All
would.
right, yes, please.
Yes, yes,
I'm sorry,
please.
Hold on.
Shut the fuck up and get to
sure we
work
get all our
because you're late.
specials.
You're already late, but that's typical for y'all. I'm here, ain't I?
Councilmember
Shoo.
Soto Martinez.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. President. I'd like to make a friendly amendment.
There you go, Ian. Look at that comb over. Bro, he's
item
really
45,
working
I
it in
will
the
read
back.
44.
Things looking
Read
rough.
Into it right now.
Or you could just give a summary. Tell us what it does.
Angry
Sure.
comb
It's
over.
striking the words "all required meet and confer obligations" and replacing it with voluntary discussions. As we discussed at length, this does not require meet and confer, but rather it's just a good faith custom that we have with all our city partners.
All right, thank you. And I think, is that you had a second on this, Council? Okay.
Morning, Kimmy.
Okay. All right. Before we go to public comment, one more time. Anybody?
Don't talk. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
We can read the instructions for public comment into the record.
Oh, here he goes. Look at his hair. Look at his hair. Look at the back of his hair right now, bro. Look at that thing. This guy represents the fucking second or third largest city, second largest city in our entire fucking country with that fucking hair.
833-435-1820 and use meeting ID number 165-917-6148 and then press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once council enters the public comment portion of the meeting, press *9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated prompt will ask you to press *6 to unmute. Let me repeat, call toll-free 833-435-1820 and use meeting ID number 165-917-6148 and then press pound. Then press pound again when prompted.
Don't remember
for
the last
participant
four,
ID.
but
Once council enters the public comment portion
the
of the meeting,
prefix.
press *9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated prompt will ask you to press *6 to unmute. Thank you.
So for members of the public that are here to provide public comment either in person or virtually, I would ask that you please listen carefully
Bike
as we have a
helmet head?
slightly
Bro,
new procedure.
you couldn't wear a helmet.
In response to SB 707. To people providing public comment, when it's your turn to speak,
Look at that thing.
please state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak to. You will have 1 minute per item,
Hi,
up
Mary.
to 3 minutes total
Greasy?
for the items open for public
Like
comment.
it's just not
When
combed. Look at
speaking
it.
on the agenda items,
Look at the
you
back.
must
Does
be
that
on
look
topic.
combed to you?
Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can.
Like if you're wearing a
If you are
hat,
not on topic,
then take it off
or
and
if we
comb
cannot
your
tell
hair.
whether you are on topic, you will get one brief warning from me or the council president. At
Ah,
that point,
there we go.
you need to
Thank
get
you, Ian.
immediately and clearly on topic. If you do not do so, or if you again stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we will move on to the next speaker. The items that are open for public comment on the agenda are items 1 through 12, items 27 and 28, and items 30 through 51. So again, the items that are open for public
Think
comment
so,
on the
Dino?
agenda are items 1 through 12, 27 and 28, and 30 through 51. Members of the public may also speak for up to 1 minute for general public comment. During general public comment, members of the public may speak to any of the items or anything else within the city's subject matter jurisdiction. We will tell you when your time is up. I have a few more announcements before we begin, and I'll ask that the interpreters please make this first announcement aloud
as
to
hard
the
as it
room
goes.
and the callers here
Mike,
for virtual public
I
comment.
have it floored.
If you require a Spanish language interpreter,
it's full.
please make sure to pause every few sentences so the
it's full.
interpreters can interpret.
Si requiere interpretación en español, por favor pausen después de cada frase para darle al intérprete la oportunidad a traducir.
Don't worry, we will pause your time while the interpreters are interpreting, so you will get the same amount of time
Hi,
as
Weed
everyone
Whacker.
else. Thank you.
No se preocupen, les pausaremos el tiempo mientras el intérprete está hablando, entonces van
I
a
don't see
recibir la misma
Spindler in
cantidad
there.
de tiempo que las otras
Doesn't mean he's not
personas.
there.
Gracias.
Doesn't mean he won't show
For our
up.
in-person speakers, if you've made an accommodation request pursuant to the ADA with the clerk's office, or if you would like to, in order to make use of the wireless handheld microphone here today, once you hear the
Rick.
name that you signed up under called aloud, please raise your hand so the sergeants know to provide you with that wireless handheld microphone.
Oh, really? Huge
I would
crowd out there,
also
Mario?
ask that if you are able
I
to
bet.
please, if you're
Hi, Alex.
trying to give public comment using an ADA request,
Hi,
to
Joseph.
make your way to the center aisle as opposed to the podium, as it'll be easier for you to get
Hi,
there,
Jasmine. Good
and
morning.
we'll provide you with the wireless handheld microphone. Finally, in order to help us run an efficient public comment period, would ask everyone that to please wait until you hear the name that you signed up under called aloud before lining up in any order on your left-hand side of the council chambers to speak. For our virtual public callers, there will be additional instructions that are read before we proceed to virtual public comment. Thank you.
I'd like to begin public comment by calling up a few names: Martin Marufo, Brian Darcy, Katie LaFoon, Mike, and Pete Wogzin.
Wogzin? What is the sassy snake? I want the sassy snake in there saying all the names. I miss the sassy snake. The sassy snake was the best. Woo! Huge crowd is the protest. Oh, it's the so they
Good
have
morning.
a.
What would you like to speak to?
The what do you call it? The union
13.
protesting out there.
Topic 13.
Makes sense.
Okay. So item number 13 is not open for public comment, but you can speak to it during general. So you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Okay.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back.
Fucking thing sucks.
Yeah, the clock started, brother. You need to start talking, homeboy. See, this is what happens when you leave for a month.
Sorry, go ahead. You have 1 minute for general public comment.
Good morning. My name is Pete Wogzug, and I'm here on behalf of UA
Oh, it
Local
was
250 pipe fitters, welders, and apprentices.
Union.
The 6,700 members of Local 250 strongly urge the City of Los Angeles to move forward today with the full approval of the Scattergood project. Because of the powerful project labor agreement, this project will be built by the residents, veterans, and apprentices that reside in Los Angeles. This project will also provide work for people that need a second shot in life that are starting their careers in the building trades. This project is vital to cleaning the air, creating new jobs, and keeping our members close to their homes. We are currently training 1,200 apprentices that need on-the-job experience. Our journey persons have gone through a rigorous 5-year apprenticeship program and are the best skilled and trained workforce in this country. The project will not just be built by the best skilled and trained workforce in the country, but by the members of the community. Thank you.
No, thank you, Mr. Acavano.
Good morning. Go ahead. What would you like to speak to?
General comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
It's our
The
friend.
police officers in here have been violating due process for over a year and for no good reason. If you or they feel that audience members are being disruptive, the officers should give them small but increasing penalties. Say $20, then $50, and if they truly feel there's a disruption, they can charge them with a misdemeanor and only then expel them. But the officers cannot legally expel people without giving them a citation, letting them challenge the expulsion in court. You should seek out opinions from outside lawyers who dispute whatever nonsense the city attorneys are telling you. It's your duty. The due process violations are causing devastating harm, but the misconduct is so blatantly obvious that you should stop wasting time and do what you should have done a long time ago. Demand a military-level investigation of official misconduct.
There you go. He wants
Before the next
fines
speaker
and
begins,
levies
I'd like to
against
call
people.
up a few more names. Jack Brower, Temple City, Marcy Lopez, Donald Weinberg, and Janice Lynn.
Who signed up as Temple City? Who's the whole city?
Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
Item 44 in general comment.
Okay, so you'll have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Katie LaFoon. It's interesting, it's been 1 year and you guys still don't pay attention to the constituents. It's the first day back. You've had an entire summer off and only 2 people have spoken and still they don't have your attention. So I find that really, really disturbing. A year ago, I came to this council asking for help. I feel incredibly naive now, thinking that the people we elected would care, that you would help us in our most terrifying time in this city.
That you elected, not me.
Over the last year, the people of the city have shown up by the thousands, demanding police accountability. They showed up to charter. They showed up and they demanded it. We asked that it be added to our Constitution.
Hey, retarded.
The Charter Reform Committee recommended to this council that they send LAPD accountability to the November ballot for the people of LA so they could vote on it. You work for the people. You work for us.
General?
You are supposed to represent us, and supposedly we're still living in a democracy. Marquise Harris Dawson, Tracy Park, John Lee, Monica Rodriguez, Tim McOsker, Heather Hutt, Adrian Nazarian, Bob Blumenfeld. You all made it very, very clear to the people of LA and to the country that just like the chief of police, Jim McDonnell, you do not believe in democracy. and that we no longer live in one. The police union threatened to sue the city if the people got to vote on police accountability, and so you killed it. One lawsuit against the hundreds brought against the LAPD for brutalizing community members. Hundreds of millions of dollars. It's why we're bankrupt. You'd rather bend the knee to fascism and the White House, because that's exactly who LAPD is working for. You know it. We all know it. The irony, what grants you your seat, is that we vote for you, and you have denied the very people who elected you
Oh, she's crying in the
their
car.
voice.
For sure.
And you have the audacity.
Oh, yeah, she's crying in the car. This is the moment where you
Thank
get what you voted
Speaker.
for,
Your
dummy.
time has expired.
That's what you get, dummy. You DEI little stupid
And
dummy.
Before the next
That's what
speaker
you get.
begins, as the people who've, if you've
And you
showed up
learned.
to the
Yes,
Civic
we're
Center
not
to
in a
provide public
democracy.
comment,
The
you've probably
dirty
seen
little
there are a
Indians
lot of
stole
people
the
outside.
votes.
So, while
The
you are
dirty
more than
little
welcome to
Indians.
stay throughout
Samir,
the entire
Samir,
meeting,
turn the
if
car
you're
right.
willing to, and if
Stole
you'd
the
like,
votes.
In order to allow us to have more people come in.
So
because
no,
we
we're
have
not
to
in a
abide by the fire
democracy.
codes, if
Wake
once
up,
you're done with
bitch.
Public comment. You can always view this.
You got
meeting
what you voted
online,
for, 'cause I
but
didn't vote for
exiting
these
the
idiots.
room would
You
allow
did.
us to cycle some additional folks in. And with that, we can proceed to the next speaker.
Difference between you and I is I'm low IQ and so are you, but I know they're
What would
idiots.
you like to speak
don't.
to?
Good morning. I was here for 13, but it's public comment at this point.
Go ahead. You have 1 minute.
I see it. You don't.
Good morning, Honorable Council. My name is Martin Marufo. I am the business manager for IBEW Local 18,
What's up, Ambition?
representing Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. Also, Burbank, Glendale, Pasadena, and Azusa.
Can't brief.
I brought a few friends today. We were here to talk about another issue, but quite honestly, we are not present very often here in these chambers. You don't see us. You don't see us until you need us. You see us in the holes, working on the pipes. You see us on the lines.
We
and
see
then you
one
don't see us
person
when we're
working
actually
and
doing the
12
work inside the
standing
generating
watching the
stations,
one
many of
working.
the
That's what we
other,
see.
Systems that we have that support our life here. I'm a lifelong resident, ratepayer, taxpayer in the city of Los Angeles. We have a contract coming, and we're being treated unfairly at this time. There's a very clear push against what we're doing, and I'll tell you, we have been good citizens for many, many years supporting this city. We've done things outside of our realm to support this city. So that's the one thing I want to say, and I'll be back for item 13. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We see one person working and 12 staring at him in the hole. Yeah. Uh-huh. Who's this cuck that everybody's clapping for?
Before the next speaker, I'd like to call a few more names. Heidi Soto, Katie LaFoon,
Heidi
Renee
Soto.
Pittman, Robert Shelton, and Peggy Lee Kennedy.
Renee Pittman? That's got to be Laser Lady.
Item number 13, general comments.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Yes. My name is Jack Brower. I'm a professor of mechanical and aerospace engineering at the University of California, Irvine. I've been studying renewable energy topics and hydrogen topics for the last almost 30 years.
And got nothing done.
I support electrification and the use of renewables and batteries as the main means by which we are going to achieve our decarbonization and depollution. But we also need fueled power plants if we are to retain our reliability, resilience, and capacity requirements as required to keep the grid operating by FERC. So scattergood is important to that. I want to speak directly about the nitrogen oxide emissions that will come when you start to blend hydrogen with natural gas, because hydrogen has a higher flame speed. It enables modern gas turbines to operate even more fuel lean, which will reduce nitrogen oxide emissions. This is the proven science. We should adopt this hydrogen blending strategy for scattergood. It will lower emissions.
At least I got to use my new Trump drop.
I'm gonna come.
He said he was going to come, so.
Good morning. You have 3 minutes
So
for
is
the
Trump.
items and 1 minute for general public comment. Before you begin, we have a lot of new folks in the room.
I bet.
I suspect we're going to hear some fairly to very offensive
Here we go.
comments.
Here
that are
we
made.
go.
I sincerely hope that we
HDS
don't.
coming.
That being said, if you have children in the room, or if you
HDS.
yourself would prefer not to hear those comments, the Brown Act does not require you, the members of the public, to listen to any given speaker. So if you'd like, you can exit the room now and then come back in after this speaker.
HDS.
Or you're welcome to stay. With that, Mr. Herman, you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute
Shut
for
up
general.
and let
Go
him
ahead.
talk, pumpkinhead. Fucking comb
I'll
your
ask that you
hair, you
identify the items that you're
embarrassment.
speaking to.
You're a fucking walking
All
embarrassment.
motherfucking items and non-agenda public comment.
The word improvement is a word defined how California should look like, but this shithole city, this shithole town needs unions to build. We can't build improvements without specific government code, which is money. The more money we make, the more money we fucking need as Americans. So as far as I'm concerned about the streets and highways on item number 1, Barton versus Sacramento, fuck item number 1. Put that on the record. Now, we all know about this special plan in government to build housing. One specific name is LASHA, an acronym for Los Angeles Housing Development. Well, in return, on the basis of my opinion and criticism, and as a law-abiding citizen for you, the people of America, is fuck LASA. Fuck housing development, and fuck you, Los Angeles. This crisis is because you don't give the people behind me the money to make it happen. That's the problem. I support these people. I demand these motherfuckers get the money they need to survive by building for us motherfuckers. Instead, I have to come here, I have to return on the first day after vacation to criticize my motherfucking opinion about why the unions and the union builders are so great, but they don't understand your fucking bullshit.
I'm honestly trying to follow what you're saying. Which item are you speaking to now? Previously, you were on 45 and 46. Which items are you speaking to at this time?
Pardon me?
Which item are you speaking to now? I need you to be on topic.
Yeah, I'm going to the next item.
Are you fucking retarded?
Yeah, he's talking. Leave him
Go ahead, which
alone.
item?
Stop interviewing. Interrupting
What
him.
do you want me to do? I'm waiting for you to finish our conversation with me, dick.
That's it, Dick. Let him talk. Stop
Fuck
interrupting
this
him.
shit. Let's go to non-agenda public
Right, you have 1 minute for general public comment.
This
Go ahead.
is the reality of what
They cut his
makes
mic.
me
They cut his mic.
the greatest figure of America along with Donald J. Trump. We don't put up with your bullshit, Los
I'm gonna
Angeles.
come.
You burn Malibu. You fucking burn Boyle Heights. You fucking leave the trash, the grind, and the grum, and the flies, and the rats all to Boyle Heights, and they don't deserve it.
Nope.
Not one motherfucking brown person in here deserves that. So what are you doing about it, Madam Mayor? Hey, you, monkey boy, what are you doing about it, Dawson? After all, it's not me, the First Amendment Coalition, that plans to sue you, dumb fucks. It's not me, the first private person, to sue you, dumb fucks. Simply because I love Donald J. Trump. I love Brandenburg versus Ohio, U.S. 395 444 1969. Yeah, Los Angeles, you are a dirty nigger.
Oh.
I'm gonna come.
Oh, man. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Mr. Herman, everybody. Mr. Herman. Your discretion is
Thank
advised.
you, everyone, for your patience. With that, we'll move on to the next speaker.
Oh, boy. Oh, how do you even follow that up? I never want to go behind him. I'm going to have to go in front of him if I ever go there. I can't go after Mr. Herman. He just dropped the
Good
mic.
morning. What would you like to speak to?
Item 13.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
I'm Brian Darcy. I was business manager of Local 18 for 32 years.
Another union member.
I feel like the scene from Godfather 3, I'm pulled back in. This is silliness. Scattergood was needed 6 years ago before I retired, and we thought we reached some kind of agreement politically.
Come on, Mike. No need to
even though
spell it
there
out,
are
buddy.
no real political ramifications to it.
Jesus
you're
Christ.
turning away are reliable
We heard it.
units
No need to spell it out.
that will last a while. And the argument that I heard was that we don't want them to last forever. So it's the first time I've ever seen a business or a government who wants to involve itself in having products that aren't going to be reliable. You have the best reliability in the West.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Before our next speaker,
never saw The
pardon
Godfather
me,
3.
Madam Clerk, the previous speaker
used the N-word.
used one of our
words.
Prohibited words in the council, which is violation of Rule
Flustered.
7. This is the only warning for you, Mr. Herman. That word and any of its variations described in Rule 7 may not be used again in this council meeting, any future council meeting, or any future council committee meetings. If you violate the rule again, you will forfeit your speaking time and be subject to removal pursuant to Council Rules 7 and 12. Duly noted for Mr. Herman and the rest of the audience. Thank you.
Thank you. My name's Janice Lynn, and I'm the founder and president of the Green Hydrogen Coalition.
Oh, boy.
We're an educational, independent nonprofit focused on the thoughtful transition
Nonprofit.
away from fossil fuels.
That means
I'm here to speak on item 13,
thieves.
general comment.
Money
and to
swindlers.
respectfully urge all of you to deny the appeal and allow the modernization of Scattergood to proceed as soon as possible. Your leadership has never been more important or timely. The recent heat waves and the wildfires that are happening all over the world are a reminder that climate change is accelerating. The war in the Middle East unfortunately demonstrates that our economy and our livelihoods are tied to events for which we have no control. The Scattergood project is consistent with the LA 100 plan and one of the few positive developments in our country's fight against climate change.
Bet you
And the
didn't
good
say
news
anything
is
about
that our
Ukraine
residents
war.
can have the clean
Bet.
energy they desire
Bet.
without being priced out. Scattergood
Bet.
is the first step in that transition. We can't do it without reliable power. Thank you.
Bet. She ain't say nothing about old Joe and all the money he was sending over there for that war.
Before the next speaker, I'd like
Bet.
to call a few more names.
Her gas was just as
Marvina
much.
Kennedy,
So were her
Jessica
food.
Benet,
So were her food.
Benjamin Benuelos, Saul D. Costanzo, and Lawrence Nelson.
Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
Agenda item 32 and general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for each. Please begin with the item. Go ahead.
We wrote in and asked for council to decline to adopt Council File 26-4118S7 and require that Council District 11 place specific documentation required to satisfy the law's actual requirements. CD11 updated the council file with findings, but it lacks specific findings for each 4118C4 location. In fact, they're all the same. Each findings were the same, and it's not factual. In fact, it's a lie. It's false. It's falsified information. These 3 investigated locations are invalid. The facts are in these, whatever facts that she provided are not true. They are a lie.
No
And
way.
just so you know, this is a racist, ableist, ageist law, because that's who homeless people are. I would rather hear the N-word than see this council vote on a racist law, because you can't create zones that are specifically going to keep out unhoused people, knowing that that's who unhoused people are. Black people, brown people, disabled people,
White
and now
people.
a huge growing number
White
of
people,
seniors.
too.
And you're gonna sit here and vote in favor of it, and then have a little problem because somebody used the N-word when you're constantly voting in favor of racist laws. And that's what's going on here. So I'm sorry you had to hear the N-word, but you're voting for a racist law if you vote.
Ma'am, I think you forgot white people that look just like you and I. Plenty of those that are homeless too.
Now, I may be an idiot, but there is one thing I am not, sir, and
that is
Good morning.
an
What would
idiot.
you like to speak to?
Item number 13.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Robert Shelton. I
Who's
serve
this
as
guy?
Vice President of the World Business Academy,
Oh,
a
God.
Santa Barbara-based nonprofit.
Oh,
that
nonprofit
has
again.
advocated for
Thief.
renewable energy and climate solutions
Thief.
for nearly 40 years. I also serve as President of H2C Safety Pipe, a California company focused exclusively on hydrogen transport
scam
solutions.
artists.
I am here today to express our strong support for the Scattergood Modernization Project. We believe this project is an important step toward achieving
I don't know,
reliable
Jonas.
electric service,
We'll have to see.
as well as long-term decarbonization for the Los Angeles basin. From our experience working in hydrogen transportation, we do not view hydrogen delivery as a barrier to the project's long-term success. We commend LADWP and the city for their leadership and respectfully encourage the council to continue that leadership by allowing this important project to.
you son of a bitch.
Get out of here. Ain't got no more money for you, you fucking grifter. Go make your own money, but we know
Good
that
morning.
won't
What would
happen.
you like to speak to?
General public comment, please.
Steal our fucking tax money.
Good
for
morning.
your
My
fucking
name is Sal
pleasure.
Costanzo, and I'm a resident of San Pedro and the port liaison for the International Longshore and Warehouse Union, Local 13. Local 13 represents approximately 13,000 men and women who move the nation's seaborne cargo at the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach and have done so for approximately 100 years. I'm here today to request your support for the Scattergood's green hydrogen-ready modernization and to deny the appeal. We are currently experiencing frequent power outages at the port and have numerous pieces of zero-emission, hydrogen-powered cargo handling equipment sitting idle because we cannot get hydrogen of any color at any price. We are working very hard to forge a zero-emission, human-operated future in the ports that will have zero emissions for the surrounding communities and improve everyone's quality of life. We need the help of LADWP to do that, our sisters and brothers at IBEW Local 18, and you. Thank you very much.
Another union hack.
Thank you.
Before the next speaker, I'd like to call a few more names. Herman, Jacqueline Preston, Batman, Linda Blair, and A.V. Barnaby.
Linda Blair. Bro, 3 of those were him.
Which items did you speak
Oh,
to?
look.
General public
Look
comments
who's here.
today.
Oh, look who's there.
Good morning,
Sassy
Council.
one
My name is
came.
Lawrence Nelson, and I'm a graduate student researcher at the University of California, Irvine. And the majority of my research is primarily on decarbonizing and
What a gay
depolluting our
tie.
electric grid while maintaining
Well,
its resilience and
par for
reliability.
the course, right?
We know that the Scattergood units have a deadline to meet and must be removed from operation, but Scattergood is and will continue to be a cornerstone in local grid reliability as studied in LA 100. The FERC standards require that LA has reliable and dispatchable generation assets like the ones at Scattergood's for grid resilience. Both the LADWP and NREL have considered what solutions might work on the small plot at Scattergood, and I agree with them that within the context of a much larger decarbonization and sustainability effort, having fueled dispatchable generation is a necessity to protect the people of LA from power loss during natural disasters, emergency shutoffs, and grid accidents. So I ask for your support for the Scattergood Modernization Project. Thank you.
Do you
All right,
guys
thank
think
you.
even...
Before our next speaker, I want to
I think this chick doesn't
yield
even
to
know
Councilmember Nazarian.
who Linda Blair is. I think they're too young to
Thank
know
you,
who
Council
Linda Blair
President.
is. They
There
don't know
has
The
been
Exorcist.
an amendment that has been circulated approving the PCN for item 8. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
The PCN public convenience for item number 8. All right, next speaker.
Good morning, council members. This is a general comment on item 13.
Which union?
My name is Avery
NGO.
Barnaby. I'm the Chief Financial Officer for Element Resources, and we're building an industrial-scale green hydrogen plant in Lancaster. That is Lancaster, LA County. The plant, we will produce electrolytic green hydrogen. This is zero carbon intensity. We would produce hydrogen with entirely solar power behind grid solar power. zero carbon intensity, and this would provide fuel for Scattergood or fuel for the ports. The plants can be expanded several times over depending on ultimate demand. We can provide green energy throughout LA County. We can provide jobs throughout LA County. We can provide tax revenue throughout LA County. Please certify the ERR and move Scattergood forward. Thank you.
So I'm going to pause it really quickly here just for a second. Really quickly, the Eaton fire, which was the other fire besides the Palisades fire, this was the one that was in the county. Big news today. The Eaton fire claimed 19 lives and destroyed or damaged 9,000 plus homes in Altadena. The Eaton fire was sparked by an electrical event at SoCal Edison's transmission towers, says the LA County fire. So
Before the next speaker, I'd like to call a few more names. Johnny Graziano, Jose Luis Huizar, Declan Modern, Ali Washington, and Windy Clouds.
Not that we didn't know it,
Speaker,
but that's the confirmation of, yeah, that tie is terrible.
Item 13,
That is
General.
terrible.
Please begin.
Bro.
Good morning, council members.
They were laughing when he bought
My
that.
name is Jacqueline Preston.
We
I am a
sold it.
Los Angeles resident and homeowner and an employee of the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power for 25 years. I'm speaking today in support of item 13, the Scattergood Repowering Project. Scattergood has been serving Los Angeles for decades, and these units are well
Oh, yeah,
beyond
Cheryl.
the intended lifespan. Modernizing this facility will help improve the reliability and resilience of our electric system
That's it,
while
Garcia.
preparing
We
it for
paying for it.
cleaner technologies, including hydrogen-ready generation. Reliable electricity isn't just about keeping the lights on. It supports our homes, businesses, hospitals, LAX, and emergency services during extreme weathers and other emergencies. This project has preserved skilled union jobs while investing in infrastructures that will.
Yeah, Cheryl, they've had a
Thank you, Speaker.
class action lawsuit about 6 months after. They knew what it was. This is just the stamp on it from the county fire saying there's no other cause. This was the cause.
Hi, Speaker. What did you want to speak to?
The nail in the
Item
coffin.
13, General Please
But
begin.
like Garcia said, the right hikes will
Good
go
morning,
up and
everyone.
we'll
My name
pay
is
for
Declan
it.
Madden, and I'm here as a representative of Yosemite Clean Energy, a biohydrogen company, and as an LA resident to urge you to approve item 13, the Scattergood project, and deny the appeal.
Hi, Bound.
Scattergood will provide reliable, affordable power and promote the emerging hydrogen economy. As energy demand only increases, we desperately need more diverse renewable power resources now to reduce brownouts and subsequent reliance on diesel generators. Scattergood is the most immediate and cost-effective way to do this. I also want to highlight that future renewable hydrogen supply can come from more than just solar and wind. LA generates significant wood waste biomass that can be used by companies like Yosemite Clean Energy to produce renewable hydrogen while also reducing the risk of wildfire. Approving this project now and investing in hydrogen utilization is essential to securing our sustainable future, so I hope you'll support. Thank you.
Yes, Isaac, it was. And I think, again, you still have to wait for the stamp on it. And now when they
Before
go
the
to
next
court,
speaker, I'd like to call
it's
a few
nail
more
in the
names.
coffin for them.
Mark Pryor, Gabe Beard, Mark Ridley Thomas, Mari Mendez, and Tiffany.
Mark Ridley Thomas
Speaker,
is a
which items
councilman
are
who I
general public
believe's in
comment
jail
you
now.
want?
This is general comment.
Please begin.
My name is Ali Lamarcus Starr, Washington. I'm the richest man in the world. I've been living in LA for over a year. It's crazy that you people know what's going on. You got me walking by my own businesses, and I'm sleeping on the streets. You guys know everything that's going on. I've been shot, poisoned, everything, while in your state, while here. You guys know everything about what's going on. You guys aren't helping, and I'm telling you today it ends. If it doesn't end, today I'm gonna end you guys. This is not a threat, this is a promise. You need to do what you need to do. You know what's going on, you know the things that you're doing wrong, and you know that it's illegal. It took bribery from the Vanguard group, and you're living in the wrong situation. And today it's gonna end. You guys know what's going on. I need the paperwork for all my businesses that I own and all the things that are mine. And if you don't do it, today it ends for you, your life.
Ninth Circuit upholds bribery conviction of longtime L.A. Councilman Mike Ridley Thomas, who funneled $100,000 to his ballot
Item
committee
number 12.
through University of his
Please
son's nonprofit.
Yes, my name is Mark Pryor. I'm the applicant for the California Wine Exchange's letter of public convenience or necessity.
Another councilman
I'd
down.
just like to begin by clarifying to everyone that the California Wine Exchange will be a
Yeah, he just-
beer and wine establishment.
He
only.
threatened their lives right there.
There will be no vodka,
They said nothing.
gin, or any other distilled spirits. Though we'll be licensed as a beer and wine on-premise venture, we will actually function more as a retail wine shop and tasting room. We're going to specialize in California wine exclusively.
Yes, he did, Crest.
We look
Crazy.
forward to functioning as a responsible member of the downtown community, and we've already committed to ceasing outdoor patio service at 10 p.m. Thank you very much for your time and consideration, and we look forward to a part of the downtown Los Angeles community.
Yes, the richest man in the world who lives in California on the streets just threatened the city council and their lives, but not one of them said anything. I wonder why.
Great. Please go ahead.
Because that's their voter
Hello,
base.
I'm Gabe Beard. I'm a representative.
He
of
voted for
Operations
Nithya,
here
I
in
bet.
12, and I'm here on behalf of
I
20,000
bet.
members of our local that are, hoping that you guys move forward with the Scattergood project. It's projects like this that gave me the opportunity to start working in this craft and learn the skills to keep me moving. Thank you.
You can't go after your own voter base. That's how you stay
I'd
in
like to call
power.
a few more speakers: Alex Gisette, Andrea Vega, Benjamin Harris, Kendall Chappelle, Noah Rope, and Theo Corretto.
I was going to say Theo Epstein. Covering the Cubs. Or Theo Vaughn.
So if your name was called, if you'd move over to your left, and the sergeants will let you in the
Left?
aisle to the podium.
Oh my God. This shit is too much. And remember, guys, we still have the
so speaker, which items are
telephonic
general
comments,
public comment would you
call-in
want?
comments coming too. He said
Hello,
he was the richest,
speaking
Mike.
on item 13.
Please begin.
Good morning, council members. My name is Andrea Vega. I'm the Los Angeles Organizing Manager for Food and Water Watch, and I'm here to speak on item 13.
Food and
Since
Water
June,
Watch.
I've represented my organization in discussions with LADWP regarding the appeal that we and our coalition partners have filed on Scattergood. We have been negotiating in good faith, and as with any good faith negotiation, all parties need adequate time to review and discuss all terms. What we're asking for today is time. We urge the council for a continuance on this item so that Food and Water Watch, Sierra Club, LA Waterkeeper, Communities for a Better Environment, Physicians for Social Responsibility, and Center for Biological Diversity can properly deliberate and do right by the communities that we represent. We are the same organizations who years ago advocated for the LA 100, and we want LADWP to be held accountable to the goals they previously laid out and committed to. I urge you to push this item for a later date to allow our organizations an adequate amount of time to negotiate with LADWP. But if you do decide to vote on this appeal today, I urge you to not deny our appeal. There's no reason why.
Oh, she sounds angry. You sound angry, Food and Water Watch. I bet you voted for these clowns.
For general public and item 13.
So you
Bet
have
you
one
did.
minute. Please begin.
My name is Theo Corretto. I'm an attorney for Communities for a Better Environment.
You come with a
I just
backpack
wanted
on,
to start off
and you're
by
an
saying
attorney?
that the item before the commission, on item 13, is a de novo review of Scattergood's environmental impact report. That means that you decide, council, whether they followed the CEQA. They did not. That is all that is before you, and that's all that you need to decide. Beyond that, I just wanted to say that it is shameful that fewer than 10 years before the city has committed to operating its power grid with zero climate emissions, it is seeking to approve a methane gas plant. This is just $1 billion methane gas plant. It will never burn hydrogen. There is no clear path to hydrogen being delivered to Scattergood. It is infeasible. It is too expensive. It is not going to happen. You're voting to build $1 billion methane plant, and you should not do that. It undermines LA 100. It undermines all of the climate goals, and it violates CEQA. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, speaker.
Hi, good morning. I'm here to speak on item 13 and general public comment.
Please go ahead. You'll have a minute.
Good morning. My name is Alex Jassett, and I'm here with Physicians for Social Responsibility Los Angeles. First off,
Another
thanks to the
stupid
council
group.
offices and mayoral staff who have been engaging with our coalition on this and for your effort to hold DWP accountable to their public commitments and for engaging with us more broadly. We are here discussing the construction of a new natural gas plant, not a hydrogen plant, that will likely not be complete until at least 2030. The hydrogen economy is a myth, and we will be tied to a future of methane combustion if we continue down this path. We are here today precisely because DWP failed to plan and implement renewables appropriately and effectively. We need all council offices to be paying closer attention to DWP if we're going to make meaningful progress towards our LA 100 goals. In our view, the new scattergood will be a billion-dollar monument to DWP's failures. And without a change of course, you will be invited to attend ribbon-cutting ceremonies at methane repowerings at all 4 natural gas plants. We need council to hold DWP accountable, and we urge you to uphold our appeal. The EIR fails to accurately describe the project, fails to adequately assess alternatives, and is a billion-dollar Band-Aid to a much bigger problem at DWP. Thank you.
Man, everybody's so scared of the methane, bro. They don't want that fart in their backyard.
Yep. What would you like to speak to?
General public comment, item 13.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
My name is Kendall. I'm here with Communities for a Better Environment, and I'm an LDWP ratepayer.
Every one of them,
first
another
want to emphasize
group.
that scattergood retrofit is happening no matter what. It's a requirement from the water board to change those two powers plants things, and so we have no ability
Here comes
to
the
stop
union
those legal
members
requirements.
that
The
were
question
stuck
here
outside.
is about our CEQA appeal and
show of
whether
force.
they properly followed all legal requirements, which they have not. I want to emphasize that this project is devoting $1 billion for a natural gas power plant. We are supposed to be meeting the LA 100 goals in 9 years, and we are devoting this much money towards building a whole new natural gas plant when hydrogen is not viable. The LA 100 plan requires it to convert all 4 of its power plants to use hydrogen, and it cannot even convert 1 of its plants to hydrogen. Right now, we are not on track to meet that, and it failed to accurately describe the project. We cannot realistically say that it's fulfilled its CEQA requirements, which is all that you are being asked here today.
That's why we watch it, Dream.
So I'm asking you to either issue a continuous to continue a deal or accept the appeal. Thank you.
Leave the cow farts alone.
Hi, I'd like to speak on general public comment in item 13.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Good morning, council members. My name is Benjamin Harris, and I'm an attorney with Los Angeles Waterkeeper. LA Waterkeeper continues to believe that this scattergood project is not the right choice for the city's grid. It is a $1 billion methane gas repowering project. There is no realistic pathway to green hydrogen in sight, despite representations you may have heard from other commenters, and especially not at the scale required to power a generation facility like scattergood. We should not be putting so much money toward a pure fossil fuel project when there are numerous alternatives available that will help achieve the same reliability.
Look at the pig
goals
over
and
there on
advance
her
us
phone.
toward achieving the LA 100 plan targets. We still urge City Council to grant our appeal and require LADWP to fix its EIR and stop pretending this is a hydrogen project. At the same time, our coalition has been working tirelessly to try to broker a deal with LADWP to put this fight behind us. Our priority is to identify enough mitigation measures to reduce the need to rely on scattergood moving forward. We'd like to continue those conversations. It fell short of reaching agreement before today, and we hope council will support that. Thank you very much.
Look at her showing the pictures of her
Before
sandwich
the next
that she
speaker, I'd
made.
like to call a couple more names: Eloisa Galindo and Tomasa M.
I can't be the only
What would you like
two.
to speak to?
Good morning. General public comment in item 13.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning, council members. My name is Noah Ropp. I'm the Southern California organizer for Food and Water Watch, and I'm here to speak on item 13. I'm here to reiterate that we have been continually negotiating in good faith with LADWP, and to continue to negotiate, we need time to reach final terms amenable to all parties. As it stands, this proposal would put Los Angeles ratepayers on the hook for as much as $1 billion for a retrofit that, given the cessation of the Angeles Link hydrogen project and the withdrawal of federal funding for hydrogen, would be a purely fossil fuel-driven plant completely out of line with the LA 100 climate goals we're all striving to meet for the good of our city and our broader community. I urge the council to give us the proper time to finish negotiations, and failing that, approve our appeal to conduct a proper environmental review of the effects of continuing to use dirty fuel to keep the lights on. Thank you.
All these little puppets. That's so great. Everybody, what group are you
Good
from,
morning.
ma'am?
What would you like to speak to?
Buenos días. Voy a hacer mi comentario en español, por favor.
Sí, buenos días. ¿De cuáles temas quiere comentar?
¿Es comentario público?
General public comment, please.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Un minuto, adelante.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Eloísa Galindo, soy miembro de ACE, ISA y Padres contra la Privatización. Resido en East Los Ángeles.
Hello, my name is Eloisa Galindo. I'm from ACE,
Always a group.
Parents Against Privatization
Always.
in East Side Los Angeles.
Hoy estoy aquí en nombre de la comunidad de Boyle Heights por lo que está haciendo Lineaje contra la comunidad,
She sounds angry.
contra toda la gente que se está enfermando.
I am here to speak in the name of the community of Boyle Heights against the company Lineage and what they are doing against the community
Oh, the
and
big
the
fire.
people, all of the people of the Boyle Heights neighborhood.
At that warehouse.
Esto no es ningún juego. La comunidad está enferma, está desesperada y está traumada por todo el mal olor y el humo que hemos inhalado.
This is not a game. This is not a joke. The community is sick. They are traumatized and they are desperate by the smoke and the horrible smell that they are having to deal with.
Por favor, pónganme atención. Todos
potentially
ustedes
criminal.
tienen el poder y la responsabilidad de negarle totalmente el permiso al Lineaje.
Please pay attention to me. All of you have the power and the responsibility to deny the contract or the permit to Lineage.
Todos ustedes deberían de dar ahora sí la cara a los residentes de Boyle Heights y del este de Los Ángeles porque nos están matando con el apeste.
And all of you should show face to the community of all of the East Los Angeles community and Boyle Heights because they are having to deal with this horrible smell.
Y vengo de parte de todos los residentes.
I come here on behalf of all the residents.
Next speaker.
Buenos días.
Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
Comentario público general.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Y voy a hablar en español.
Adelante.
Mi nombre es Tomasa Martínez, soy miembro del Concilio Vecinal de Boyle Heights, soy miembro de ACE y pertenezco a otras organizaciones. Estoy cansada de que ustedes no hagan nada por las comunidades.
Yes.
Harta estoy. Hemos ido a tocar las puertas en la comunidad del este y de Boyle Heights. Ellos están sufriendo, se están enfermando. Y en segunda nosotros también. Estuve yendo al
hello, my
doctor.
name is Tomasa Martinez. I am a member of the Boyle Heights Neighborhood Council as well as ACE and other organizations. And I'm here to tell you that I'm sick and
Thank you,
tired.
potentially
the
criminal.
people here are sick and tired. We have been canvassing all over East LA,
thank you, Ian.
going door to door. People are getting sick.
Vengo aquí a exigirles que no le den permiso a ese monstruo otra vez, que se ponga en nuestras comunidades, porque ya basta de estarnos envenenando.
I am asking you right now to not approve the permit to this monster that is poisoning our community.
Dude, look at all
La
the people
gente
coming
de ahí,
in.
los
All those
residentes
kids.
de ahí nos dicen que quieren que
Oh,
esa
those are
compañía
kids.
se vaya y que no les vuelvan a dar el permiso. Hagan caso, por favor.
The people, the residents, are asking for that company to get out and to not have the permission to stay there.
They've been giving
Pay
away
attention to
free,
what they're
Ron, to all everybody there.
Fui al doctor y me dijo que tenía infección en la garganta, que tenía asma, mis pulmones están inflamados y ahora nadie va a pagar mi factura del doctor.
I went to the doctor. They told me that I have a throat infection, that I have asthma, that my lungs are infected, and I don't have any way of paying my medical bills.
Eso pasa conmigo.
Thank you,
¿Qué no
doc.
pasará con la demás gente? Queremos que esa compañía se vaya de nuestras comunidades. Ya basta de estarnos vendiendo.
That's what's happening to me. Can you imagine what's happening to other people? We want this company to get out of these communities. Enough of this.
Yeah, they're angry guys because they're trying to
Council
get
President, all
permits to
registered
rebuild.
speakers have been called.
They want to rebuild that warehouse.
All right, Mr. City Attorney, that takes
Phone
us
comment?
to the telephonic portion of public comment.
Here we
for this
go, on
morning's
the
meeting.
phones. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yes,
Look at his
Mr.
face.
President.
Did you
So
see
I
his
will
face?
now read in the
Did you see
virtual
his
public
face?
comment instructions. I will go a bit slow as I recognize
Hold
that this
on.
is a virtual
morning's meeting.
Watch his face.
That takes us
Watch
to
his
the
face.
telephonic
Look at his
portion
face.
of public comment for this morning's meeting.
Yes, Mr. President. So I will now read in the virtual procedure
Bro.
carefully. To raise your hand, and I will ask staff to which kind to request to. When it's your turn,
Hysterical. I know you
will
saw it.
prompt you to press more. Forfeit your speaking
I know
time,
you saw
and
it.
we will move on to the next speaker.
I know you saw it.
Finally, because of a brief
caught
time
that,
delay
didn't you?
between the live meeting and the broadcast, two things are important. First, while waiting for your turn to speak, please keep an ear to the phone so you know in real time that it is your turn to press star 6 to unmute. Second, if you are listening to the meeting on other devices, please turn down the volume on those devices immediately when it's your turn to speak. Between the time delay and feedback, it will cause a great deal of
Those eyes,
confusion
cats.
if you continue to listen on other devices. To reiterate the items that are open for public comment, the items that are open for public comment on the agenda are items 1 through 12, 27 and 28, and 30 through 51.
That's it, Eton.
So again, the items that are
Well, they
open
gotta
for
hear
public comment
more
on the
people. They
agenda
don't like to
today
hear from you.
are items 1 through 12.
They just want the vote.
27 and 28, and 30 through 51.
The vote gives
If you
them the
would like to
power.
speak for
Your
general
mouth
public
gives
comment,
them nothing.
Please also let us know when it is your turn to speak. At this time, I'm going to ask that staff please enable the raise hand function, and people can attempt to raise their hands now. Go ahead.
All right, and before we go to our first caller, I want to call on Councilmember Hernandez from the 1st District.
Thank you, Council President. I just want to give a shout out to the young people who are in the back representing Clock Shop, a phenomenal organization that does work throughout the
Yes.
city.
Yes.
Please, let's give them a round of applause and welcome them to City Hall. Thanks for joining us today.
That's a huge bitch.
Thank you, Council President.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Hernandez.
Behemoth.
You fucking behemoth. We're waiting for you to start snacking.
Caller with the last 4 digits, 1403. Please unmute yourself and state your name and items you would like to speak to.
My name is Chucky Brown, and I'd like
Spindler.
to look at all the goddamn
Spindler.
items and general
That's Spindler.
comment.
You have 3 minutes for the
Fucking
items and 1 minute
Spindler.
for general. Go ahead.
All right, starting with number 41. Fuck number 41. I don't like it. Number 42. I'm against it with the following amendment. If you do it, I'll approve of it. All black people. Thank you. Item number 43. Fuck item number 43. I can't understand a word of it. Item 44, I support. I think it's a good idea, and I think it's a good idea for every black man to have a pimp zone to park in. Item 45, I goddamn against it. Item 46, also against it. Item 47, I'm against it. Item 49, I remain neutral, subject to the following amendment. If you accept bribes, then I will support it. Item 49, I'm against it. And of course, the illustrious item number 50, fuck item number 50. Moving back to the top of the goddamn agenda, item number 1 is an affront to my race. I'm goddamn against it. It's a goddamn shame. Item number 2 is no goddamn good either. Who wrote that goddamn thing? The Chinese government and Jose Weezer? Holy shit. Item number 3, I'm against it completely. Item number 4, fuck item number 4, I'm against it. Item number 5, I support item number 5. It's a good idea. It's about time we limit the liability of pimps being sued by their hoes. Thank you, Marqueezy, for that. Item number 7, I'm against it. Item number 8, I support. And item number 9, I think it's a good idea. It's about time we do it. It's been a long time And I'd like to thank Heather Hutt for doing that on item number 9. I know she's been fighting so hard for it. What is it? Excuse me, that's my lawyer speaking, but I'll be talking for both of us. And item number 10, I'm against it. And then we get to the supplemental agenda. Item 97, I'm against. Item 98, I'm against. Item 99, I do not support it. Item 100, I'm against. Item 104, I'm definitely against that item. That is a no good goddamn item. Item 74, getting back to the second supplemental agenda, I'm against that. Item 99, I'm against it. And of course, item 120.4, I'm definitely going to support that. I think it's about time. What's that, sir?
1 minute for general public comment.
Hi, Christy.
Oh, yes. So we heard today the LA Times claims that the N-word and C-word ban is unconstitutional. I don't believe that. I believe in my elected official. Mike Casey told me it's legal. Heather Hutt tells me it's illegal. However, we did receive a request today from the floor. I believe a lovely young woman said today, I would rather hear the N-word. So, on behalf of everybody, I will address all of you cunts, and I will say the word nigger proudly. It is my race, it is my color, and my attorneys will be serving your papers real soon. God bless the First Amendment Coalition. God bless George Washington. And God bless all the slave owners that founded our country so that we could be tax-paying slaves. Ain't nothing
And caller, your
you
time
a
has
slave.
expired. Next speaker.
Mr. Spindler, everybody. Mr. Spindler, everybody. Giving him a little bit of First
Caller
Amendment.
with the last 4 digits, 1881. Please unmute yourself and state your name and items you would like to speak to.
Yes, good morning. Can you hear me?
Oh, that's
Yes,
the
we can hear
great
you. What would
panderer.
you like to speak to?
The great panderer.
Yes, good morning. I'm known as the Pander. I would like to speak on all items.
The
of
great
public
panderer.
Okay, so you have
the
3 minutes
great
for the
one,
items
not
and
just
1
a
minute for
panderer.
general.
You're the
Please begin with
great
the items. Go ahead.
panderer. You get on both knees every
Thank
day.
you very much. In regards to the items, I'm glad to see that you're back to deal with the items. Again, maybe you deserved a vacation, maybe you didn't. But to be late today, to start this meeting late, I can't excuse that. So please, try to be more on time.
Try to be on more
And
time.
it was nice to see Mr. Brian Darcy there. You folks don't know, some of you don't know who he was, but at one time he was King, the Godfather down there, and you guys would all be kissing his ass. Let's go on to public comment. Public comment.
Self-appointed Godfather.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah,
Public comment.
they ain't paying
Okay,
attention.
so you have 1 minute.
Just
Go
talk,
ahead.
stupid. No, you're not
Thank
bright.
you. In regard to scattergood, one of the things that I hope that the council really does is focus on what's the best for the people of Los Angeles. One thing I will tell you is LADWP workers, from the janitors to the people who were in those holes during this hot weather that were saving our water and putting back our water sources, those people are some of the best. And they proved it in '94 when we had the earthquake. And what I want to see is that we support the workers and that we make sure that we do everything to make sure that when the time comes, when we have the big one, that the DWP and all other city entities are ready to take care of this city and the people of this city. To Mr. Brian Darcy, it was nice to see you, but you should have supported Sandra Miranda and Luciano when they brought corruption to you, but instead you folks sided with upper management who are corrupt and really
Speaker, your
failed
time has
this
expired.
city.
Next speaker.
That's the great panderer, everybody.
Speaker with the last 4 digits, 1108. Please unmute yourself, state your name, and the item you'd like to speak on.
Hi, Daniel Gus at Substack.com. All items and general public comment.
Let's
Okay,
go.
Good morning. You have 3 minutes for the
Let's
items.
go,
and 1 minute
Daniel.
for general. Go ahead.
Let's go.
Great. Hi. Good morning. Welcome back, everybody. You've been away for 5 fucking weeks, and you've already canceled your Friday meeting. Shout out to Esoteric and Smoke and Scan. How can you be out for 5 weeks and already cancel your Friday meeting? Wow. You guys just, become part-timers, like 10 hours a week, like at the supermarket, and then reduce your salary. Item 30, the LAFD demolition. Have you checked the LAFD database to see how many hundreds of inspection addresses have been deleted by LAFD fire inspection personnel? Because it's been done, and your LAFD brass knows about it. Do you know how many addresses that should be there for inspection, if not demolition, have been deleted from your database?
Yeah, Johnny.
There was special software used to track those deletions, but I guess you guys just don't like convicting people, huh? Bachman, which one of you folks have received donations from Galpin or Bachman? Well, you shouldn't be voting on honoring the Bachman family if you receive donations from them.
Ford.
Or gifts.
Galpin Ford.
4748.
That's what he's talking about.
There's a lot of corruption in these NGOs. Care Plus, raise your hand if you're confident that there's no corruption or misuse or inefficiency or theft from Care Plus. I don't see any hands raised, so I guess that's an endorsement in case any is ever found. The Best Friends SPCA thing. Hey, how many times have Best Friends been responsible for things in the city and they never turned in the paperwork? Did you know that Best Friends actually employed your former GM of Animal Services, Brenda Barnett's daughter, while she was GM? Have you really looked closer at this relationship? And what can that money be used for and not used for? Because your department has been embezzling it. Isn't that something, huh? Regarding some of the subjects that Stacey Segarra-Bollinger speaks about,
Pig's back.
If she hasn't spoken yet, let me tell you, this girl is actually going to win an amendment lawsuit, and you have opened the door. But my question is, when people are calling in and you don't know their real name, how can you censor or suspend them? So if somebody drops the N-word or the C-word while it's being litigated, how can you suspend them from meetings if you don't know the identity of the person and you're just guessing based on the sound of their voice? Man, for a group that took 5 weeks off and is taking Friday off, you have a lot of stuff you need to be answering to. Jay Nithya, I sent you a note about your really bizarre claims that you're going to get Spencer Pratt voters regarding the animal issues. I sent you an invitation so we can discuss those issues on the record and recorded. I'd like to know what you know, because
General public comment?
That neither you nor Kenneth Mejia know anything about animal services. Oh, and now you folks are going to get sued again for Brown Act violations. SB 707 requires it's not optional, Mr. Harris Dawson. It's not optional, Grote. SB 707 requires every city with more than 30,000 population to have Zoom teleconferencing for your committee meetings. I have 90 days for every meeting just for the general public comment that you're not allowing to file a cure and correct. And there's going to be fee shifting. It's going to go into the 6 figures if you want to litigate it. So you might as well fix it now, because we're making plans. If you continue to violate the Brown Act with SB 707, you're going to get a 6-figure legal tab payable to my attorney. Why are you not accepting SB 707? Want to mess around? Good luck to you, folks. Welcome back. Hello to everybody. Smoke and Scan.
Oh, we love you, Daniel Gus. Daniel Gus at Substack.com. Go check him out. A real journalist.
All right, that concludes public
That's
comment
real
for this
journalist.
morning's
Man, we didn't
meeting.
get
I wanna thank everybody
Jason.
who came to
Jason
share with us today and
Jenkins.
the
Oh,
folks
they
that
see Jason's
participated
number
on
in
the
there.
telephone. Madam Clerk.
They took how many
can
people?
you
How many people
tell us
did they
what's the
take on the
process?
fucking phones? 3?
Thank you. Before the council
3?
are items 1 through 7.
3?
9 through 12. 27 through 28.
And you know
31,
Jason called in. You
33
fucking know he
through
did.
43.
All right, let's open the roll on those items.
Oh, you know
Close
he
the
was
roll,
on there.
Tabulate the vote.
All yeses.
And one more, 46 through 51 is also included.
That's Daniel
All
Gus.
right.
Yes.
Let's open the roll on all those items.
Glad to see
Close
he got
the
in
roll,
there. Spindler
tabulate
got
the
in
vote.
there. Daniel Gus got in
14
there, and
ayes.
one other caller. That
All
was
right,
it.
what's next?
The council may move on to item number 8. That's motion Nazarian Padilla to grant the PCN.
All right, let's open the roll on item number 8.
Because they're not going to
Close the
show you
roll,
how many
tabulate the
people
vote.
are in the queue. There could have been
14
17 in
ayes.
that queue.
All right.
Come on.
What's next?
Would the council like to move on to item 13?
Nothing but
Let's
crooks.
do our separate votes first and then come back to 13.
I hope
Thank you.
he's
The
going
council
to
may now
sue
move
them.
on to item 19.
There it is,
as
Jason.
amended
Jason,
by
were you in the
motion
queue?
Norman
Jason
Blumenfield.
Jenkins.
Thank you,
All right, let's
Jason.
open the roll.
Jason
Close the roll.
Jenkins.
I
tabulate
know
the
you
vote.
were in the queue. I know you were. I fucking
14
know it.
ayes.
All right, what's next?
The council may move on to item 20 as amended by motion Lee Harris Dawson.
All right, let's open the roll. Close
And thank
the
you to
roll,
Daniel for
tabulate the vote.
2 smoke and scan shout-outs today.
14 ayes.
And look, guys,
All right,
they were
what's
off
next?
for 5 weeks
The
almost.
council may move on to number 24.
And they've
called
already
special by
canceled our
Councilmember
Friday
Rodriguez
meeting.
For a special vote
So
as amended
tomorrow,
by
and
motion
we're done
Norman
for the week.
Blumenfield.
How about that?
All right, let's
But they work so hard. The city
the
looks
roll.
so great.
close the roll, tabulate the
Thanks
vote.
to all these DEI dummies. Every
13
fucking one
ayes,
of them,
one no.
another DEI
All right, what's
fucking
next?
dummy. There because they're gay.
The council
There
may
because
move
of the
on to
color of
item
their skin.
25, called
There
special by
because they're
Councilmember
fucking
Hernandez
this
for a
or that
special
or the
vote.
other. Or their
All right.
religion. Yes.
Open the roll on item 25, called
Yes.
special by Councilmember Hernandez.
I said
For a
it.
separate vote, let's open the roll. Close the roll. tabulate
Everybody
the
but the
vote.
fucking fat pig. Everybody but the
13
pig
ayes,
voted
one no.
yes.
All right, what's next?
There is a request to send item 25 forthwith.
Fucking
Without objection, that'll be the
pig.
order. What's next?
That's a huge
Thank
bitch.
you. Next is item 30 as amended by motion 30A Padilla Soto Martinez, but also comments by Councilmember Padilla.
All right.
Oh,
Councilmember
Padilla, Ian, where you at? Ian's girlfriend coming up.
According to the numerous reports, abandoned buildings are more than just an eyesore. They put people and public safety at risk by causing physical dangers, sparking fire hazards, attracting crime.
I forgot to say it really quickly. I have to just pause it for 1 second. There was a bag of a white substance found in the east wing of the city hall yesterday. I need you to know that.
And straining the local emergency service every single day that they remain abandoned. These long-term vacant
They
structures
evacuated the
attract
building.
illegal activity and dangerous conditions that put families,
No
businesses, and our firefighters in harm's way. Earlier this year, a fire in my district at an abandoned building in North Hills, caused by a group of unhoused folks, tore through a vacant building, sending smoke into the air that forced families in the neighboring complex to flee their homes. Fortunately, no lives were lost. However, approximately 160 residents were temporarily displaced, including families with children who had to spend days in hotels while the Red Cross, city departments, and community partners worked to provide food, shelter, and other necessities. Although I am deeply grateful to everyone who stepped up, the reality is that these families should never have been put in that danger in the first place because a property owner did not do the due diligence to work to demolish such a bad structure. To date, that building continues to remain vacant, and I want to change that. We can do better. We cannot continue waiting until another abandoned property catches fire before we act. So instead of responding after disaster strikes, let's stop these fires before they ever begin. Property owners who allow buildings to fall into dangerous conditions should not leave taxpayers to bear the burden. This is about accountability. We must protect our communities and hold those responsible accountable for the cost of doing so. I understand that some of these buildings may have some historic significance, which is why we amended it today, but so that the Office of Historic Resources can review them when it's safe and feasible. We can protect public safety while also respecting the history and character of our city. This is about making Los Angeles a safer place for everyone and holding negligent property owners accountable. It is a common sense approach that puts prevention first, protects our neighborhoods, and supports our first responders. I respectfully ask for your yes vote.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Padilla. Let's open the roll on this item. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
She's El Guapo. I'm El Guapo.
14 ayes.
All right, what's next?
Before the council is item number 32, called special by Councilmember Jurado for a separate vote.
All right, let's open the roll on item number 32, called special
The
by
openly
Councilmember
gay
Jurado
one.
for a separate vote. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
10 ayes, 4 noes.
All right, what's next?
Next is item number 45, which I understand
So I'm
may have
guessing
a
your shit didn't
verbal
pass.
amendment.
Yes, I'm making a verbal amendment that we strike the word "a transition plan" away from LASA and replace it with "a new homelessness structure with an implementation plan." The second, Councilmember Soto Martinez. All right, let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
All right, what's next?
I'm smoking on some blue
Next
nerds.
is item number 44, as amended by motion Soto Martinez McCosker and called special by Councilmember Hernandez for a separate vote.
All right, Councilmember Hernandez.
That's a huge bitch.
Colleagues, I will not pretend to advance police accountability after this council killed the actual police
Behemoth.
accountability measure. The Charter Reform Commission did the work. The public participated. There was a clear opportunity to give voters a say in whether their elected representatives should have authority to set LAPD policy. This body chose not to let that happen, even after our constituents demanded it.
Thank you,
Now,
Doug.
after shutting the door on meaningful charter reform, we're being asked to initiate a meet and confer over the very recommendation council refused to put before
Doug.
voters. That is political theater, especially when we were advised that a meet and confer wasn't necessary for this item. You cannot vote down structural reform and then resurrect one piece of it as a report back exercise and call that progress, especially at a moment when communities are demanding answers about LAPD accountability, pretextual stops, and the department's relationship with the federal immigration enforcement happening. I will not participate in performative accountability from the same institution that just blocked the real thing, and for that reason, I'm voting no. Thank you.
All right, let's open the roll on this item, close the roll, tabulate
How many
the vote.
leopards had to die to make that fucking tent for you to
13
wear?
ayes, 1 no.
All
Poor
right, what's next?
leopards.
Next, the council may move on to item number 13.
All right, Councilmember Nazarian. Oh, sorry, Councilmember Rahman, before we go to this item.
Garlock the
For-
Destroyer.
Just briefly, before we move to item 13, could I ask that items 19 and 24 move forthwith?
All right, without objection, that'll be the order. Mr. Soto Martinez?
Thank you very much.
You have one? Okay. Mr. Soto Martinez, for the record, is recusing on item number 13. I just want to make sure that's in
Thank
the
you,
record.
Nivea.
Councilmember Blumenfield.
And also, before we get to that, if I could ask for item 41, 46, and 49 to go forthwith.
Forthwith, without objection, those items.
Thank you.
All right, item number 13, everybody. Councilmember Nazarian, the chair of our Energy Committee.
Thank you, Council President. Colleagues, over the last month and a half, the Council President's office, the Mayor's office, DWP, and my office have participated in multiple meetings, 7 to be exact, to negotiate with the appellants for the Scattergood Modernization Project.
All with nothing done.
I'd like
Nothing to come
first
of it.
take a
7
minute
meetings.
And thank all the organizations
7.
That are here that spoke. Thank you very much. Thank you for bringing your energy, your enthusiasm, and your desire to see what better we could do.
Fast, sharp right.
I also would like to
Sharp
say
right,
thank you
sharp
to the
right,
city
sharp
departments
right.
and
Listen.
DWP that were involved in these
Sammy,
negotiations.
you have to listen to my call, Sammy, please.
Sometimes you end up paying the price of not moving quickly. You are full of energetic engineers that committed themselves to this line of work to make sure the city does better. Unfortunately, despite all good faith efforts, no agreement was reached. Now, I'd like to provide some background on the issue before us. Colleagues, 5 years ago, DWP and the National Renewable Energy Laboratory completed the LA 100 study. They gave us a clear roadmap to what we have to do to achieve a 100% clean energy future. We committed to building new wind and solar capacity, expanding battery storage, and improving our transmission assets to meet most of LA's everyday needs. But even when we achieve 100% clean energy, we will still need firm, dispatchable resources located in the LA basin to keep the lights on during extreme weather events, when wind and solar generation are low, or whenever there is a prolonged outage for any reason. This is what the Scattergood Modernization Project is all about, keeping the lights on during emergencies, heat waves, and grid stress events. The Scattergood Generating Station was built nearly 70 years ago. Modernizing it is essential to securing the entire energy grid, especially on the west side. If we fail to modernize Scattergood, the consequences won't be abstract, colleagues. They will be felt directly by families, seniors, small businesses, low-income communities, and working Angelenos across the city. Following council instruction in 2023, DWP commissioned another study to reevaluate the need for dispatchable capacity at the Scattergood location and to assess alternatives to the project. This analysis reached a straightforward conclusion. Firm dispatchable capacity remains necessary at the Scattergood site, and none of the alternatives evaluated, including expanded battery storage, transmission upgrades, or other resource combinations, could provide the same level of reliability within the required time frame. There is no room at the Scattergood site for the kind of storage needed to substitute for a combined cycle generation system. No other location will provide the rapid response needed to ensure energy reliability for homes, hospitals, and schools on the west side, for UCLA, for the Hyperion Water Treatment Plant, or for LAX. This project has been thoroughly studied and carefully reevaluated. Based on these findings and following council action, DWP completed an extensive environmental review process in accordance with CEQA. DWP submitted its first draft of their EIR in October of 2024. This draft was circulated for an initial 50-day public comment period. That comment period was extended. Then it was extended again. 5 requests for extension were granted, and more edits were made to the draft EIR. By this time, the EIR had been open for public comment for a total of 159 days. Earlier this year, the Energy and Environment Committee considered the CEQA appeal before us today. We heard from the appellants, the Department of Water and Power, and members of the public before making our recommendation to the council. We could debate this indefinitely, but there's nothing to be gained from further study and a great deal to be lost by further delay. Climate change will not wait for us to debate indefinitely. Extreme weather events are here.
That's it.
Extreme heat is here. We're feeling it. And every season is fire season. We can't afford an unreliable power grid. Our responsibility is to ensure that when Angelenos flip a switch during a heat wave, after an earthquake, or during another emergency, the power is there. That is what this project accomplishes. I ask for your aye vote to deny the appeal and let the department get to work. Colleagues, we are here to provide clean, reliable, affordable energy. Some of us may not remember what it was like during the Enron debacle. I remember it clearly. This department's work was the reason why Angelenos did not pay a penny more, while other communities were being killed, not only by paying through their noses, but because they would also then have rolling brownouts and blackouts. We didn't. LA experienced maybe a few hours of blackouts.
We didn't.
Did we forget that?
LA only had a few hours. Which is it? Did we or didn't we?
If not for us, if
you
not
lying
for everyone
fuck.
who's
Get your
comfortable
story
enough
straight.
to be in this chamber today.
Got lying right
But for
there.
those of us that are bedridden, those of us that require equipment to keep us alive. So it's nice to debate these things when you have the luxury of time to debate. The reality, there's people that rely on the city to deliver a continued commitment to make sure that they have what they need. That's what we're here for. So I ask for your support in denying this appeal. Thank you.
Thank God.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nazarian. Councilmember Park of the 11th
I'm trying to
District.
think, but nothing happens.
Thank you, Council President. Colleagues, the
What the fuck is she wearing?
of Scattergood was on
You saw
the
that
very
jacket and
first
said, that's the
council
one, huh?
agenda that I had as a new member in this body. And that definitely feels like a lifetime ago. But since then, a lot of work has been done.
Jamie, he's
on
from
this
Iran.
the residential communities
is Armenian,
that
yes.
surround Scattergood sit adjacent to
He's from
a
Iran.
massive industrial
Yes.
complex that include LAX, Hyperion, SoCal Gas, Chevron, and Scattergood.
I think they're
And
leaves,
they
not
have,
fish
for
scales.
many decades, suffered the
Goodwill.
cumulative health and environmental burdens of the fossil fuel infrastructure.
Felony.
And they deserve strategies that lead to cleaner air and better health outcomes for our communities. I have spoken at length with the environmental advocates too, who worry that this effort will actually extend our dependency on natural gas while pinning hopes to an untested technology. I've also spoken with the very many experts who believe that this modernization is key to the successful shift to a future powered by renewable energy. No
What do you
question.
mean, limiting
Scattergood
it?
is a critical
That's
asset.
crazy,
It is
Tina. What do you mean?
Absolutely the lifeline that keeps our
They just took the
lights
button, right?
on when we have excessive strains on our power grid, and we certainly all experience the impacts of that during the fires in 2025. One of the things that modernizing the technology is going to allow us to do is
see the button.
replace outdated technology from the 1950s with modern infrastructure. And while the biggest health and environmental benefits will actually come later, immediately replacing
Andrew.
those generators is going to reduce NOx, greenhouse gas, and particulate matter in the air.
That's crazy, Tina.
The improved cooling technology also
That's how they
means
do it.
that we don't
Thank you.
have to rely
Appreciate you for
on
letting me know.
seawater intake. And that is something that has catastrophic effects on our fish and our local marine ecosystems. All of that means a healthier environment already today. But that doesn't mean that the concerns
Ugh, that hair.
generally have all been resolved.
You should have
I
seen when she
recognize
dressed
that
as
clean
Marilyn
technology
Monroe on
is
Halloween.
not advanced enough to make this transition today, but I have always been a believer that investment begets investment, and this one will drive clean energy here in Los Angeles. I also want to be very clear that this is not some backroom deal to
real
keep
pisser.
the gas industry in business. DWP has confirmed to me many times, and I am going to put it on the record now, that this is not a plan
That's funny,
to
homeboy.
continue or expand that infrastructure. This EIR and its appeal have brought DWP and the environmental advocates together really in an unprecedented and historic way.
Homeboy, that's like the gay
My
goodwill,
hope
right?
in
I'm
continuing
pretty
this back in
sure.
June was that DWP and the appellants would reach an agreement on some of the remaining terms. And I am disappointed that despite that additional time,
Hi, SoCal.
you all weren't able to get that done by today. I understand this is not yet finalized, but I am aware that we are close, and my expectation is that regardless of today's outcome, you are going to continue these negotiations in good faith, and we are going to pay careful attention to our commitment in LA 28 for local solar and storage. Councilmember Nazarian, I wanted to say thank you to you personally for your stewardship on this matter and the commitment that you've given this subject. Very few have done more for the environment than you, and I know you want a resolution here too.
Why
So
don't you suck
in the
'em off
spirit
already?
of furthering these negotiations, I would like to add the following additional instruction to the recommendation before us. I therefore move that the City Council requests
Colonel
the
Sanders
LA
in a blue
Department of
suit.
Water and Power to continue settlement discussions with the objective
Thank you, Tons.
of reaching a resolution within 45
Good to see you.
days. Any such settlement shall maintain the core draft terms already offered, contingent upon avoidance or dismissal of litigation. LADWP shall report back to this council on the results of these negotiations and recommend next steps.
I never
Thank you, Council
reviewed
President.
chasing
Thank you,
cardboard.
and I'll second the park
talking
amendment or
DJ
instruction
Underscore?
on this item. Seeing no other speakers on the queue, I think we were prepared to move for a vote, but Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
Holy shit.
Thank you, Mr. President. So I want to briefly explain my vote today because I
Oh.
hope to be voting
She
differently.
needs to wash and cut
when this matter
that
came
hair
before us in June,
and
I
just put a
supported
little
continuing
makeup
it
on.
because
I
I
like
believe there's a
natural
real
look,
opportunity for the
but the
department and
natural look for
Collins
you
to
ain't
resolve
doing
some of the
it.
outstanding
Just saying.
concerns. And I want to echo Councilman Park's gratitude for Councilmember Nazarian,
I
Chair
love
of Energy and
natural women.
Environment,
I
and
do.
Council President's office
Not
for
for
really taking
you.
the lead on those negotiations. I know that there was a lot of good work that went into it.
Need a little
and,
sprucing.
It seems like we were close, and I still think we can come to a conclusion, which I appreciate Councilwoman Park's amendment, which I hope will do that. But I am disappointed that an agreement wasn't reached before we took this vote today.
Right.
I have a
You
number
know
of
you have to
questions
lie,
about the
ho
environmental
boy.
review and the legal issues raised in this appeal, and the proposed settlement that I believe deserve a fuller discussion in closed session. We aren't able to
Look at
have
those
that
pink
discussion
shoes
today,
behind
so
her.
I just want to say this.
Who wears hot pink fucking shoes
There are
like
serious reliability needs facing our power system. I think
They
we
like
can all
slippers?
agree that we don't want rolling blackouts, and that's not what is up for debate today. Scattergood plays a really
Forget.
important role in serving the west side,
These
and
are
we've known for
Democrats, I
years that
forget.
the existing units must stop using once-through cooling by the end of 2029. The proposed project would replace them with up to 346 megawatts of dispatchable generation.
No,
But
she's the
reliability
she's the
doesn't
daughter
relieve us of
of
our
an old
responsibility to
councilman.
demand the strongest possible clean energy commitments. More importantly, recent advancements in battery and solar technology have shown us that it's a false choice to have to choose between the two. Meaningful and enforceable commitments around local renewable generation, air quality impacts, and how and when these new units will operate should be part of a resolution here. And I want to remind the DWP
Cinderella?
representatives here today and those listening
Cinderfella?
that as recently as May of this year, the department publicly committed to reaching 2,220 megawatts of local solar by 2035, which is great. I think that's what we all expect of the department. My concern is that DWP isn't close to meeting that goal and wouldn't commit to doing that in the negotiations. Instead, it's asking this council to move forward with a brand new billion-dollar gas-fired plant less than a decade before the city's stated goal of a carbon-free energy system should be complete. And so that's what we're doing here. I understand the timing problems. Units 1 and 2 must come offline by 2029, but we've known about that deadline
Tina,
for
it
years,
worked.
and I
Thank you,
don't believe
Tina.
there's been a serious enough effort to
Appreciate
develop an
you, Tina.
alternative that's local and renewable. Instead, we've been told that the project will become a
Aw,
green hydrogen
feel
plant,
better.
an unproven technology
glad
that
you're
we know
here.
doesn't exist at the scale to make it happen. And this was a move many reasonably saw as an attempt to lessen the urgency around battery storage, local solar, and other clean energy resources. Those of us who were skeptical 4 years ago, as Councilwoman Park said, it was our first meeting as newly electeds. We were asked to take a leap of faith on green hydrogen. And LADWP's record since then and the actions of the federal government don't really give me or many others a whole lot of confidence that we'll ever see this as a green hydrogen plant. The more likely outcome, of course, is that the plant will continue burning 100% methane for the foreseeable future. And so, colleagues, for those reasons, and because there's not a negotiated deal on the table, I'm going to be voting no on the motion to deny the appeal today. I do hope DWP uses the next few weeks to achieve a negotiated settlement which provides a win-win for everyone. We get the in-basin reliable power of a power plant, but also the distributed renewable power that we also need, and that will create lots of good-paying jobs and provide the independence that we need and additional redundancy to the system. Thank you.
Feel better, Tina. We're here for you.
Thank you so
We're
much,
glad you're here.
Councilmember
Thank you for the
Yaroslavsky, and thank you
dono.
for your work on this. You carried this baton the first part of the way as the leadership of the Energy and Environment Committee, and Councilmember Park, for your direction that I think this whole council supports.
Crispy Dino
and
Nug.
I will ask the
Or Dino
leadership
Nug. I can
of
always say that
DWP. I'm not going to ask you to come to the table, but I just want you to nod affirmatively.
Thank you so much,
that
Chris.
you're going to continue aggressively negotiating with the part. Yes, excellent. Thank you. That works. Aggressively negotiating with the partnership, and to the leadership of our Energy and Environment Committee, Mr. Nazarian, who up until
Should get rid of us. That's what they're saying,
almost
Patriot.
midnight last night was keeping the parties in conversation about getting to a resolution, understanding that we do have more time, but that we had to take this vote today. I just want to thank everybody and put everybody on notice that this council is watching and expecting that we will come to an agreement. As the president of the council, I am first the council member of the 8th District. The 8th District has the highest capacity for solar of any part of the city. We just don't have a lot of people who can afford it. That's it. That's the only thing holding it up. And so the kinds of agreements that are before us
smells like we're
can
gonna
make a
steal
big difference to the
from the hard
environment
workers
at large
to
in the
give it
city,
to
but
those people
also
who
to
can't
specific
afford it.
communities. And so
can
with
smell
that, members, we'll open the roll on this item. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
10 ayes, 3 noes.
All right. What's next?
Standoff, bro. Shelter in place, Verdes. Yeah, I don't like standoff, John. too
Councilmember
much.
Nazarian.
Take
Thank
forever.
you, Council
though.
President. Send the item
The
forthwith,
standoffs
please.
could last
Without
for
objection.
fucking 10
Voting
hours,
roll.
a day, 2 days. Last forever. Besides, this is more
All right,
important to
Madam
us
Clerk, what's next?
sometimes.
The council has motions for posting and referral.
Those motions are posted and referred. Announcements, members. We want to welcome Mr. Soto Martinez back. Councilmember McCosker.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have two
thank
announcements
you.
today. And the first one is a bit of a surprise. No, you can take the National Night Out. I'm going to do that next. This one's a little bit of a surprise and very fun. I know that at least Heather Hutt and probably you, Council President, participated in our send-off for our HBCUs.
That's right.
This week, and it's really exciting. I was really excited to see that. I got the opportunity after that send-off to do a very special scholarship event with Morehouse
I don't see anything
and
on the news.
Spelman. And you, Council President, especially, were called out very prominently in that event. But all of the
Apparently
council
stock market's
offices
doing
that
good.
were participated not just in scholarship fundraising for our HBCUs and for Spellhouse, but for the Morehouse Takes LA event. We were called out very particularly.
Knee bending
and I
to
was
Morehouse
given-
College.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want the envy meter to go up very high, but I was given
goodness.
this beautiful jersey by the
Would
men
they
of
let you in Morehouse?
yesterday at an
Tim,
event.
are you
And I
even
promised,
allowed to
and
go
I
to
always keep
Morehouse
my
if you
promises,
chose
that I
to?
would pass along very similar jerseys with different numbers and different names to Ms. Heather Hutt, council member, and to Council President Marquise Harris Dawson. You got your own. And Mr. Price's will come shortly when we're together. I'll make sure I give him his.
Oh, that's up
They
north
are.
somewhere, huh?
They have your name on them, and they are being delivered by Marvion Mabon, who organized Morehouse Takes
Marvion
LA,
Mabon, huh?
and made sure that we got this special recognition.
Nothing
and so
going on over
he
here.
passed the torch to another young
Looking at
man
it now.
who's going to be running Morehouse Takes LA in the coming
everything's
year.
already happened.
And again, I want to say that was an afternoon where the women of Spelman got significant scholarships.
shots fired,
And the men
apparently.
of Morehouse got some
Look at all the
scholarships.
markers.
And Council President,
All those yellow
you
markers are
particularly leaned in on
shell
that
casings.
fundraising effort. So I wanted to express, I told them I would do it. I didn't tell them I'd do it during council meeting, but I'm doing it here. Now,
Thank you
Is this
so
what
much.
you really want to stare
that is the
at?
first announcement. The second announcement is one that I'm sure will cause an avalanche of other announcements. Colleagues, I would like to invite everyone to join
Pandering
us
for
this
sure.
evening in the 1-5
Where's Candido at?
for National
Get
Night
Candido
Out
a
events.
jersey.
Across the country, National Night Out is an annual community building event that serves to promote public safety
Come
and
down and
community
get shot on
partnerships. Or as I
108th
like
Street.
to say, make sure that we keep the public in our
Holy
public safety.
smokes. I mean,
We're
you're with the
proud in
LAPD,
1-5
so you
that
might
we're going
be
to have
safe.
4 events. The LAPD Southeast Division, which I share with other council
Notice
offices,
it's
will
only
be
2 to
hosting an
5.
event
We're
from
there for
2
3 hours and we the
p.m. to
fuck
5
out of here,
p.m. at
bro.
the Southeast Station.
We out.
Watts will be hosting an event from 4 to 8 at Freedom Plaza, right adjacent to Jordan
Even
Downs.
them, they're in
Harbor
4.
City will be hosting an event at the Harbor City Rec Center from 5 to 8. And then
3
LAPD
hours.
Harbor Division is hosting an event from 6 to 9 p.m. right there at the Harbor Community Police Station. So I want to thank all the sponsors that allowed us to have so many events and all of the public participation. There's going to be entertainment, food,
Exciting.
games, resources for the public. So please come on out, meet your neighbors, and let's make sure that we work together for our own
So
public
no
safety.
active scene. They're just
Thank you so
walking
much,
around.
Mr. McCosker. I'll see you
Investigations
at
happening.
Southeast Division this afternoon.
Somebody left their
Councilmember Jurado.
scooter.
Thank you, colleagues. For nearly 7 weeks since the fire at the Lineage Warehouse, families have lived with
Thank you,
smoke and
Damien.
ash, odor, flies, and pests, disruption, and uncertainty. Residents did not cause this disaster, but were
Calendars,
forced to
does say
suffer its
move.
consequences, an environmental burden that the East Side has carried for generations. Today, I introduce 7 motions informed by the real lived experience of Boyle Heights residents, not just what we see from City Hall. That was possible by being on the ground from day 1 of the fire and every day through recess to bring the needs of residents to the table. Because recovery cannot mean removing debris and moving on. It must mean immediate relief from pests
Isn't it
and
just
unacceptable
debris?
conditions, a faster cleanup,
there's no
public answers,
pluralization.
aggressive
Shouldn't it
pursuit
just
of
be
every
debris?
recoverable dollar
Moving
from
debris,
all responsible
not
parties,
debris.
and safeguards against treating the site like a routine
I don't know.
rebuild.
Maybe I'm wrong.
It must also give communities that have carried Los Angeles's environmental burdens real
Man, this
power
is-
over
this
what
is-
happens next. This package turns these demands into city action. I'm proud to know this body stands united in the urgency this emergency continues to warrant, and I look forward to working with you on the floor to fight for the dignity of Boyle Heights and the East Side, and making sure they get what they deserve.
It is
Thank you.
the
Thank you so much,
Making sure they
Councilmember
get what they
Jurado, and Thank you
deserve.
for representing the city.
Like he's
so
already wearing his
ably in
jersey
that,
from Morehouse
massive,
College.
Disaster that if you haven't gotten a chance to go and see, I think it's worth all of us taking a look at it in person. All right, any other announcements, members? All right, seeing no other announcements, I'll ask everyone in the chamber to rise for adjourning motions.
All right, that's
And I'll
it. I
look
don't
to my
care about
right
their adjourning
first
motions.
on Councilmember Padilla's side for adjourning motion.
Yeah, we don't care about their adjourning motions. That's for them and their friends. We don't care about their fucking friends. I don't. I surely do not. I don't know about you guys, but I don't give zero many fucks. And hold on a second here. So this is crazy. So the county started an hour before them, and they're already done.
This measure was created to strengthen LA County's trauma
Now, here
and
we
emergency
are.
care systems, particularly those serving Medi-Cal and
Guy or
uninsured
girl?
patients.
It's a girl,
I want
but-
to also bring awareness to the fact that the transgender, gender expansive, and intersex people are disproportionately represented in public health insurance users or are uninsured. My hope is that the report back and analysis of the current measure be funding formula to ensure that these critical critical dollars will meet the needs of all of our members of our community. I respectfully urge the board to support Supervisor
Can they
Mitchell's
speak from their heart?
motion, and thank you.
And from their head. Why do they always have to read off
Will
some
the following
shit?
individuals please come forward and staff will assist you?
And look, they started an hour
Natita Smith,
earlier,
Manuel
and they're
Garay,
still going.
Didi Surnoka, Sophia Quinones, Bethany Duncan, Leah Petrie, Jackson Fawcett, Chad Varga, Sonia Adam, Claudia Jerez, Jessica Flores, Cameron Hubbard, Gail Fornasier, Marquez Alma,
Bro, look how many
Maria
people are
Morales,
talking.
Yesenia Pum, and Sylvia Corona.
Bro, she just called off
Please
20
continue.
fucking names.
Good morning, supervisors. My name is Francisco Aguirre, and I'm here in support for Measure 17B. I work at LAX, and I'm a proud member of Unite Here Local 11. Because of our union's
Another
plan
union
with
member,
MLK
man.
Community Hospital, I know I have a place to go with no premiums, no co-pays, no bills hanging over my head. I actually use MLK Hospital a lot due to my uncle and chronic asthma and autoimmune disease. My conditions require regular care, monitoring, and sometimes emergency treatment. Having MLK as my hospital has been a lifeline for me.
MLK,
Without it, I
Killer
don't know
King?
how I would manage my health. I hope I never have to go to MLK Hospital for an emergency, but if I ever do,
See?
I want to know there will be a hospital there for me.
He said,
There
"I hope
shouldn't
I
be a-
never have
this
to
shouldn't
go."
be a
You're
question.
right.
This should be a guarantee.
They call it Killer
Please
King
support
for a
Supervisor
reason.
Mitchell's motion. Thank you.
Nobody wants to go to Killer
Thank
King.
you. Next speaker, please.
not
Hello,
the
my name
hospital
is
you
Julia
want to go
Zhu.
to.
I'm a pharmacist at MLK Junior Community Hospital. I'm here speaking in support of item 17. Our hospital ER is primary care, emergency care, urgent care for many of the underserved population here. And in the event where every minute counts in a true
Brayton?
medical emergency like stroke and heart attack, it's imperative that institutions like MLK, Catalina Island, and Pacifica Hospital stay open. So I support the independent audit of Measure B funds to ensure that funds are commensurate to the current day needs of our population. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Hello, my name is Ira, and I support Measure B. And looking for your support for this measure. We desperately need funding to keep up with safe and reliable health care that everyone deserves, and continued support with helping our community, which we help with so many other resources for our patients besides just health care. I ask the board to support Measure B. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Okay, I'm a registered nurse in ICU. I'm here showing my support for this item, and I hope that you guys have empathy and just think about the faces of the families and the patients that come through our doors every day, and they're in desperate need of our care. This community is, and if they don't get that care, patients die, and they will suffer, and those are the facts. So I'm asking the board to support item 17, and that Los Angeles County's patients, they deserve a funding system that's transparent and it's evidence-based and prepared for the challenges ahead. Thank you.
Hopefully
Thank you.
Mr.
Next
Herman
speaker,
shows
please.
up with the Batman
Good
outfit.
morning. My name is Emmanuel Madrid Vasquez, and I urge the board to please support Ms. Mitchell with this item 17. Thank you so much.
Or Jason calls
Thank you.
in.
Next speaker.
Broca support represent Pacifica Hospital of the Valley, and we are, as it was mentioned previously, we are undergoing a Chapter 11 currently. We are Safety Net Hospital, treat over 84% Medi-Cal. We receive about 40% or more mental health admits into our ER and all Medi-Cal. We also are running about 50% or so in mental health, behavioral health, med-surg type patients from the LA County. We do receive mental health referrals from all over LA County, not just within our district. Undergoing Chapter 11, it is very scary for our community with what we're undergoing, and I understand clearly that it's not to take away from trauma, other trauma hospital ERs. It is just to look at the health system and appreciate Supervisor Barger's comment about the healthcare
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Thank you. Get out of here.
My name is Leah Petrie, and I live in Long Beach, and I support item 17. MLKCH is not only a hospital that treats the sick, it's an organization that provides educational and employment opportunities to the community, staff, and their families, which is crucial to the economic stability and growth of the underserved community for which it cares for. I urge the board to support item 17. Thank you.
You know what's wild? They have 395
Hello, my
people
name is
watching
Manal
on their
Garay,
side,
and
on their channel.
I work at Universal Studios Hollywood on their local 11. Our union is made up of immigrant workers, people of color. We come from communities that has always had to fight harder for fair wages, for dignity, and for health care that doesn't bankrupt our families and put us in the streets. Our fight doesn't stop at our workplace. It extends to communities that depend on it. Measurement B has not been re-examined for the last 25 years, which is shocking. We really hope that Measurement B is passed to ensure that that the money goes to where it needs to be and does not be wasted unfairly. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
My name is Jessica Flores. I'm a licensed nurse and director on behalf of Catalina Island Health. Annually, about 1 million people visit Catalina Island, 400,000 of those being from LA County. When they plan a trip to the island, they're not planning on experiencing any major health problems, but they can trust that we are there to take care of them. We are 26 miles offshore, and we are the only safety net when trauma occurs. All visitors and residents rely on and trust our ER to respond, treat, and stabilize all traumas, regardless of us not being an actual trauma center. We recently benefited from temporary Measure B funds, which helped keep our doors open. We're also in mid-process on a state-mandated seismic compliance plan. A multi-year framework lets us enhance our trauma-related services, and that will help us as the county's only critical access hospital and others that are at risk of closure like MLK. We do encourage you to support the independent review. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good afternoon, supervisors. My name is Jackson Fawcett. I'm a proud member of Unite Here Local 11, and I worked at Universal Studios Hollywood. I'm here because healthcare justice has always been a part of our union's fight. My coworkers and I work hard, making food, helping guests, cleaning facilities, and we believe that that hard work should come with access to effective and affordable healthcare. Right now, the federal administration is ripping Medi-Cal away from over 1 million people in the country. That's a massive blow to so many working families here in Los Angeles County. The integrity of Los Angeles County's healthcare system is more important than ever. I believe this motion is common sense. Study how Measure B dollars are allocated so that they go where the need is greatest. Please support Supervisor Mitchell's motion. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Hello, my name is Sonia Young Adam. I'm the CEO of the California Black Women's Health Project, and I am actually quite confused, why a hospital like Martin Luther King Community Hospital would be receiving and relegated to leftovers in funding. However, I have also listened to all of the comments here this morning. Oh, I'm sorry, now we're in the afternoon. And I appreciate all the questions that have been asked, all of the inquiries that have been made of the CEO's office, but I have not heard anything that would justify opposition to what Supervisor Mitchell is proposing here today. A study of looking at the highest and best use. That is a recommendation. That is an opportunity for us to do the work that needs to be done. Supervisor Mitchell has encouraged this board in the past to consider radical disruption of what we just count on as our history.
Next speaker, please. Sorry, guys, I'm getting an important text I have to answer.
Okay. Please begin.
They go through them quick.
Segregated, underserved communities have already paid the price. We have died, had our limbs amputated, and chronic illnesses has led to more life-threatening illnesses. The privatization of our healthcare system exposes the financial disparities in our county. The communities that suffer from environmental racism and live in food deserts are trying to survive in a county that has not distributed its health care dollars equitably. Health care is a human right. When private hospitals have a reserve and public hospitals have nothing, financial transparency is needed now more than everything. We support item 17 because we're tired of dying. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
I like how she does it in that
Mi
voice.
nombre es María Morales. Estoy aquí también para apoyar a la supervisora Macho sobre su proyecto de darle el dinero a los hospitales que necesitan más, y también supervisar el dinero a dónde va, qué es lo que están haciendo, porque si el apoyo es para las comunidades donde tienen muchos recursos, no. Aquí en los de Los Ángeles, el condado siempre está muy recargado de gente y necesitamos que vaya allí.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Maria Morales, and I am here to support Supervisors Mitchell's ability to be able to give that money to the hospitals, because that money needs to go to the hospitals that need it. If we're investing in hospitals that already have it, in communities that already have the money and the resources, then we're not giving to those that need it.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Hello, my name is Bethany Duncan, and I'm a proud registered nurse with Martin Luther King Community Healthcare. I'm very compelled to speak today in order to support item 17. I've been in healthcare for 25 years. My home has become MLK. But prior to working in street medicine, I worked in the emergency department, where I found myself looking for supplies, always understaffed, never had the things that I really need to take care of patients, because we were always trying to share and use supplies that we can find. mostly because we were not given the proper funding. So I'm here today to speak not only on behalf of my organization, but on behalf of my community, because MLK is a beacon of light for everybody that comes through our doors. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
No, thank you. She seemed like she had attitude. She was tooted up. Why you all tooted up?
Gracias a la señora Holly Mitchell y darle mi apoyo. Yo vengo del este de Los Ángeles y ahí hay mucha necesidad porque todos esos hospitales están sobrepoblados. Por eso sí les rogaría que esos fondos se distribuyan a los lugares con más necesidades. Otra cosa, hace poco fui al Luther King, al cuarto de emergencia. Ese lugar está muy chico, yo pienso que debería de expandirse. Y miré yo que el personal está como muy estresado con todo el trabajo que tienen encima. Al contrario, debería de expandirse más y que se le den más fondos a los hospitales más grandes, que es donde vamos la gente más pobre. Votamos por la proposición B. Esperamos, ¿verdad?, que se distribuya.
Hello, my name is Silvia Corona, and I am here. I'm a community member
Sylvia
from East
Corona?
LA, and I am here to thank Supervisor Mitchell. And also, the hospitals here in LA are overpopulated. They are overpopulated, and we need to have that money invested, because I went to Luther King just the other day, just to let you know, and I went to the emergency room, and it was just too much. You can tell the staff is stressed out as well, and so we need those funds to be in the big hospitals where the community, our community, attends those hospitals. So we support Motion B, and we're here to support it.
Y también ahorita que estamos pasando por ese incendio en el este de Los Ángeles, muchas personas están esperando están yendo a chequearse en los hospitales. Y como miramos, también hay mucha gente.
And also, like the fires that are in East LA, a lot of people are going in to get checked on that.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Hi, my name is Yesenia Poom, resident of the unincorporated East LA and former employee of the South Central Los Angeles Regional Center. I'm here in solidarity and thank you, Holly Mitchell, to submitting this item on the agenda. As a medical recipient and former employee of the Regional Center in South Central, people of all ages, background, religion, gender, race, spectrum should have access to equitable health care. To deny access is to deny them funding, from which makes a difference between life or death. The same as food deserts exist, so does medical health disparities with no access within geographical distance. I encourage everyone who spoke up to stay for item 15 regarding the lineage fire, as we are interconnected as underserved communities. People of underserved communities know this too often, that the risk of life and death is based on accessibility.
Okay, quick pause. She mentioned food deserts. Again, a lot of stores, if not all of them, were burned during the riots, and they never came back. And I hate to stress it out and point it out to you, but it was the people of your communities that burned them down. So no wonder nobody wants to come back, and now you're crying about the food desert. So you should be knocking on the doors of your neighbors saying, thank you very much for making me go fucking 30 miles to Ralph's.
Next speaker, please.
You want real? That's real.
Good afternoon, Claudia Jerez, DWC DPSS.
That's real.
We don't need any review. Okay, we don't need a review only.
Real.
We need an audit of the B formula in order to make a dent on the amount of fraud, disorganization, misplacement of funds, and of course the amount of policy and laws and practices abuses that go on in these hospitals. Not all of them. I've been to some hospitals that I've been attended really well and I've been taken care of, but some of these hospitals. An audit is needed, hiring practices, and create new standards for hospital staff. A new approach must be considered. Normally, it is necessary an out-of-box thinking and approach when it's necessary due to the severity of this Formula B problem.
Thank you. That concludes the time for a public comment on this item.
You know, you'd figure that it's such an opportunity. Why wouldn't these stores be running back? because the stores get stolen from all day if they're not burnt down.
To approve the item, Executive Officer, please
By the
call
people
the
that live in those communities, but they don't ever want to talk about that.
Supervisor Horvath.
Aye.
Supervisor Hahn.
Aye.
Supervisor Barger.
Aye.
Supervisor Solis.
Aye.
I think Barger's a man.
Motion passes.
I think that's a transsexual. Catherine Barger, I really do. You can't I mean, I don't know. I can't confirm.
We
I
will
know
now
Janice
move on
Hahn's
to
a
item
woman.
12, providing youth
But
with
the
swim
Barger, I
lessons
think,
at probation
is a man.
facility swimming pools, which was held by Supervisor Hahn. For members of the public joining us remotely to comment on this item, please use the raise hand feature if you are online, or press *3 if on a telephone.
Telephonic. Are we going to hear
There were no departmental
Jason
speakers
Jenkins?
requested for this item.
Swimming pools.
Swimming pools.
Supervisor Hahn, you're on.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. During this hot summer season, it's important that programming
Summers
for
are hot.
our young people in our
Water's
facilities
wet.
includes
Yes.
access to swimming at the pools that are located on almost every single one of our probation's juvenile facility campuses. It's good to know that the youth have been able to use the pools this summer thanks to a partnership between our probation department and our Department of Parks and Rec, where some of probation's own staff were trained to be certified as lifeguards and are now able to guard the pool while the youth swim. But I want to make sure that all of our young people in probation's care can participate in the swimming program. And the reality is, many young people in our camps and halls don't know how to swim. And learning how to swim is an essential skill, not only for enjoyment, but also because it saves lives. Data shows that young people of color have a disproportionately low-level swimming ability nationwide, while with a higher percentage of Hispanic and Black children having poor swimming abilities compared to their white peers. Given that roughly 95% of youth in probation facilities are Black or Hispanic, having swim instructions in our camps and halls will ensure that our youth are able to safely enjoy the pool and learn water safety skills. So this motion directs probation to work with parks to establish clear program protocols, secure necessary funding, and create a consistent instructional schedules that begins with this swim season. Through this partnership, youth will be able to receive structured, consistent swim lessons through Parks Learn to Swim program, which will prepare them for life after their release and reduce long-term drowning risk. The motion also asks for the department to report back on how many youth participated, as well as lessons learned to improve the program moving forward. Colleagues, I hope you'll join me in supporting this motion to ensure that the young people in juvenile halls and camps can learn a critical life skill and are enriched by physical and mental health benefits of swimming. Thank you, Supervisor.
So make
Horvath.
sure the bad little kids that are in juvenile hall, which is jail for young kids,
Thank
make
you
sure
for
they have
allowing me
swimming
to join
pools
you as
because that's
co-author and
important.
for bringing forward this motion. It is critical that while our youth in our
Holy
care,
fuck.
they should be able to participate
Holy
in
fuck.
meaningful programming which supports their growth and development. This motion ensures that youth have true access to the pools in our facilities by expanding access to all youth, including those who cannot swim. I appreciate the collaboration between the Department of Parks and Recreation and Probation to provide youth with such valuable life skills. And I think it was addressed at our last meeting that there were many young people who couldn't actually use the pools because they hadn't yet had the opportunity to learn how to swim. So for facilities with heated pools, I'm also interested in seeing a continuity of these services year-round as weather permits. I hope that probation has a plan to have those pools in use beyond the summer. I also look towards the future, and my understanding is that probation staff are currently serving as lifeguards. While not
Right,
required
Diane?
by this motion, I think
Parents
that
may
seems
not know.
unsustainable, particularly at a time when probation does not have sufficient staff across its full spectrum of services. So I'm glad they've stepped in, but But I hope this motion allows them to take the opportunity to look at that programming piece. And as the departments continue to collaborate, I look forward to the establishment of a longer-term and cost-efficient model for future swim seasons, which ensure lifeguard services are provided by lifeguards, not law enforcement officers.
Yeah, why don't you get the lifeguards, which are county workers, by the way, this is the county, teach these kids how to swim. They obviously know how to swim. They're saving lives. They know how to swim so well.
People of color that live and actually populate,
Be a great idea.
some of our institutions have not learned how to swim because they don't have access to pools in their neighborhoods, and oftentimes it's just not something that is easily available to them. So I enthusiastically support this and hope that Parks and Recreation will come up with a good idea so that we can eventually
no matter
provide
what,
jobs
you're
to
bigoted.
young people there
Please.
so that they can become lifeguards, both he and she, and allow that to happen. I think those are good,
You're a bigot if you don't go
opportunities. But thank
exactly
you
what
so
any of
much.
these people
Commend both of
say,
you.
city or county.
EO, can we go to any public comment?
Shit, yeah. Hopefully Jason Jenkins is calling in.
Will the following individual please come forward and staff will assist you? Claudia Jerez. Madam Chair, there are no remote speakers to address the board on this item. We will hear from in-person speaker.
I was hoping.
Claudia Jerez, DPSS, DWC.
See, that's
I believe I was a school teacher, first grade.
Did you see how the
and,
guy
I
in
do
the green
believe
was
that
walking?
That is an
in
excellent
that
idea.
green dress?
I think the swimming lessons would teach
Walks
them
like a guy.
how to skill up and get themselves ready for the future, especially if you're like a 12-year-old that has no knowledge about swimming. So I think that it's a great idea. I think that there should be groups of swimmers. That you should get like the groups organized and, you know, maybe ask them some questions. What is it that they want to do with swimming? You know, what idea do they have about swimming? Anything like that to make them think. So I do support the idea. I went to, when I was about 14, I went to one of the park's swimming pools, and I was about to drown because I just threw myself in there, and I was like, oh my God, it's about 5 feet. I'm going to drown. So I took myself in to swimming lessons, and I learned. So.
Thank you. Madam Chair, we have a couple of remote callers. Ray Humphreys, your line is open.
Uh-oh, we
Please
got
begin.
remote callers.
Yes, I just want to make one mention. I'm sick and tired of Supervisor Solis and others with this race baiting crap when 50% of the population of Los Angeles County is Latino. I don't even want to discuss it. It's so disgusting to bring this crap of this race baiting stuff. Time to stop it and move on. Thank you.
Thank you. Xenia Moreno, your line is open. Please begin.
It's hysterical.
Hi, I just wanted to say that as much as I appreciate the opportunity to address the racial inequity amongst children having access to pools, children should be taught to swim in their communities and not in these LA County juvenile detention facilities that are rampant with sexual and physical abuse.
Oh boy.
Because the more that we position these hubs of violence as service providers, the more that we normalize the completely unnatural detainment of children. I have done programming for multiple organizations in multiple juvenile detention centers. I've done healing arts programming, I've done mentorship, I've done all the programming. And each and every one of the youth that I served would have been better off receiving those types of programs in their community instead of in these juvenile halls. And so every time that we prioritize in detention programming, we deprioritize the possibility of having children in their own homes and communities.
Thank you. That concludes the time for public comment on this item.
Supervisor Mitchell, sorry.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry I was out of the room. I appreciate the opportunity after public comment to make a few comments. Want to support the motion and thank Supervisors Hahn and Horvath for bringing it forward. Nothing could be more tiring and taxing for me other than to have to live in a current system of that's racially inequitable and to live as a result of the consequences of decades of systemic racism. So I couldn't agree with him more. I too am sick and tired of it. In the meantime, the reality is, because of racist governmental policies across this country and this county, multiple generations of black and brown people have never learned how to swim. And if we continue to build facilities with pools, we have a responsibility to make sure that the people who are in those facilities, whether they should be there or not, the fact that they are there, should be able to access that resource safely. It is interesting to walk into these facilities that we've built with these beautiful swimming pools, and they are empty. And they are empty because far too many of the kids there can't swim.
Wasted.
And I would argue perhaps a vast majority of the staff who work there too. So I want to thank you, commend you on suggesting the swim lessons. I would further argue that, the department has shared that they are strapped in terms of resources, but that they're also open to support and that they would be open to us contributing. As I have supported Black Surfers Alliance, I am taking kids every day this summer from Carver
They just be surfers.
Park to the ocean. I have personally, out of SPA grant money, funded swim lessons because of this historic inequity. Would be willing to step up to the plate, Supervisor Hahn, and hope others would join us if the department says they can't find the resources to make sure that if we want young people in those facilities to use those pools we built, then we should make sure they could do so safely. So I'd be willing to put in resources to fund it if resources aren't identified by the department. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Seeing no,
can I just add on that, to your point.
That's a man, right?
Knowing how difficult it's been to get programs in our camps and in our halls, I will guarantee you there is an organization out there that would gladly give their time to do that. And so I agree with you.
Thanks, Tons.
But resources are not our problem. It's the will to put programming into play. It's changed at Barry Nydorf. I've seen a change in terms of being more receptive to programs. So I will guarantee you that, I think of Scott Butnick for one. I guarantee you there is an organization out there that would gladly volunteer their time to help teach people how to swim. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Fucking Jojo.
Thank you.
Did you see when he got up and walked?
This item is before us.
Like, he walks like a dude. That's Finkel. Yes, Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is
Madam Chair,
Einhorn.
item 12 is before you.
I'm just saying.
Pardon me?
This is still
Item
L.A.
12 is
County,
before you.
remember. We're still in
Moved by
L.A.
Supervisor Hahn, seconded by Supervisor
No
Horvath.
trip.
To approve the item. Executive Officer, call the roll.
Supervisor Mitchell?
Aye.
Supervisor Horvath?
Aye.
Supervisor Hahn?
If not, she's very manly.
Supervisor Barger?
And she smokes a fucking carton a day.
Supervisor Solis?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Aye. Okay. All right. Next item.
We will now move on to item 15, responding to the lineage fire impact on local small business in unincorporated East Los Angeles, which was
watch
held
him
by
walk. Look at him
Supervisor
walk.
Solis.
Bro,
For members
that's
of the
a
public
guy's
joining
walk.
us remotely, to comment on this item, please use the raise hand
Look,
feature
come on,
if you
bro.
are online or press star
All
3
hunched
if on
over.
a
That's like a
telephone.
man trying to make
Kelly
himself
LoBianco,
look
Director
less
of
tall.
Economic Opportunity, Amy Bodek, Director of Regional Planning, Dr. Nicole Quick, Chief
Froggy?
Science Officer,
Right?
Department of Public Health, are available for questions. For the departmental speakers, please state your name and title for the record when you address the board.
Thank you. And thank you also to my co-author, Supervisor Hahn, for joining me on this motion. And I want to thank our panel for being here this afternoon. Appreciate you all and my colleagues. I introduced this motion as a response to the ongoing impact of the small businesses from the recent environmental disasters in East Los Angeles and Boyle Heights that have hit them and surrounding communities. Over the past few months, as you may know, these businesses have endured one environmental incident after another. First there was an oil spill, then the lineage fire. These disasters, as you know, have caused a lack of foot traffic for impacted businesses. The nauseating odor in both circumstances has led to headaches and more people staying away from the area when considering dining, shopping, or just supporting their local businesses.
You ain't trying to eat in the
including
stank.
impact on their employees. I've spoken to some of these businesses in the area myself and heard firsthand about the thousands of dollars that they have lost. And at my direction, the Department of Economic Opportunity has canvassed the impacted community several times to get a better sense of the need and to offer services and assistance to those small entrepreneurs and medium-sized entrepreneurs. Unfortunately, the responsible parties that have been at the center of each emergency have not offered these businesses adequate support, in my opinion. They have not worked with them as swiftly as needed to ensure these businesses are compensated for their losses. In the case of the oil spill, we heard from our DEO that only a small number of businesses have been approved by the claims process. And there is currently no claim process set up by Lineage Logistics for businesses that continue to suffer from the fire and the prolonged cleanup process. This to me is very concerning, and it's a blow to our local economy again. And this is why I'm using my own discretionary funds to assist initially DEO in launching a small business interruption fund for impacted businesses that have yet to receive any financial support. I additionally am directing DEO to explore using a portion of the funds within the existing countywide business interruption fund. And this fund, as you know, was developed as a result of a motion that I authored back with this board's approval in March. And although currently funded by CEO, it does not have sustainable sources of funds. Yet the fund has proven to be a necessity due to the string of emergencies that our county has faced. And to explore avenues for this fund, I am directing the Department of Regional Planning to explore a means to ensure that any businesses identified as high risk to environmental and public health that file for a permit near sensitive locations, such as schools or homes, pay into this county-wide fund, business interruption fund. And additionally, this incident has shown us that our current enforcement tools need to be made much stronger to compel responsible parties to act quickly following an environmental disaster. That's why the motion directs the Department of Public Health to explore increased citation fees on parties that cause environmental and public health disasters. It's pretty clear to me when we first heard DPH finally did move forward and cite Lineage, it was for $500, which is a drop in the bucket for them. And previously in the last few weeks, they've raised that now to $2,000, but I don't think that that's adequate enough. And I think we need to evaluate that and come back with better recommendations. So I want to say that as the department assesses the feasibility of ensuring these companies that pose a higher risk of hazards already have mitigation, we want to make sure that they have mitigation plans in place.
It was good.
Before these kinds of disasters happen, so that they are ready if anything happens that similarly could occur.
There was a few others that spoke up like him during the whole thing.
This would be reviewed by public health so that they can quickly respond to an incident instead of being reactive. And it's only fair to ensure that companies that place our environmental and public health at risk are held accountable and contribute to funding these recovery tools.
Pretty good fire.
I would like to thank Kelly Lobianco, Director of our Department of Economic Opportunity, and her team, Amy Bodek, Director of Regional Planning, and Dr. Quick for representing us at the Department of Public Health for being here today. It's not lost on me that we have three powerful women sitting here at this panel that take this very seriously.
They're talking about not this fire right here, but that warehouse fire that we watched the helicopter come in and drop water on, that was burning for days.
If I could start with a couple of questions. I understand that your team has been canvassing
and the 85 million pounds of rotting food
due to the Lineage fire, and you continue to assist businesses that were affected also by the oil spill that occurred in May. Can you please share with us in the audience some of the findings that you have found through your canvassing?
Yeah,
thank you, Supervisor Kelly Lobianco, Director of Economic Opportunity. Our team
so they gave them a $500 fine.
The community resource centers since the fire broke out and in the recovery phase, but we have gone out canvassing 11 times. We're actually in the process of coordinating with Public Health too to align our canvassing efforts.
Oh, bro.
We'll be out tomorrow and Friday.
Look at this lib.
A couple of the, I guess the top line is that small businesses are continuing to face revenue loss.
For sure.
You know, if you've been out in the area, You know that there's still a persistent smell. Sorry, with the heat wave, it exacerbates things. Folks have, initially had property damage, temporary closures, workforce impacts, and they continue to have traffic impacts.
The freedom fighter.
What are the greatest concerns that they have immediate?
She's a self-appointed Captain America.
Yeah. I mean, it does vary business to business, depending on the kind of business, particularly if you're customer-facing, which many of them are. But the most persistent feedback that we get is that folks have had capital loss and that they need that support. So where we can, we're connecting folks to the grants that were out with Inclusive Action and New Economics and some of the other organizations funded by Lineage and supported by CCF, making sure folks have access to other capital opportunities. We're also referring folks to no-cost legal aid, to our rapid response resources for dislocated workers, so making sure folks have no-cost hiring and training services, as well as connection to unemployment insurance. But overall, folks are feeling the continued impacts of lost revenue. I think we have a formal survey that we're doing as part of our canvassing, so it's not everyone that we've talked to, but we have had 88 folks fill out the full survey so far, and 71 of those said that they have persistent revenue loss.
And I know in the past when we've faced disasters, and even during COVID and other major incidents and the fires that happened, that we were also able to help provide some assistance. And I'm hopeful that we can set up a better claim process at some point, so people will know that there's a centralized place where they can sit down, get information, and put forward their receipts and make their claim.
I mean, they have made some
We actually are already
progress.
working with businesses to organize their documents and information for when that time comes.
Dude, there must be so many
since the first day
flies
of
and
canvassing, we've been
maggots.
helping
Oh,
folks
must be
with
terrible.
that process in advance of a claims process as well.
What I
And
wanted to know
rats
too is
everywhere.
I heard that the community-based groups that receive this funding through CCF and then to community-based groups that money has already been exhausted. Is that correct? Is that what you're hearing?
I can't speak to all of the funds. I know there was $2 million from Lineage that went to CCF and maybe 24 organizations, but those that are particularly supporting workers and small businesses, we were in close touch with, making sure that when we were canvassing and at the resource centers that we were making direct referrals. So
Pretty good
my
cloud
understanding, at least from Inclusive Action and New Economics,
plume.
who are giving out small business grants, that those funds are exhausted. And I know that one of the grants supported over 150 small businesses, including sole proprietors and sidewalk vendors, and another one supported about 60. And that was between the city and the unincorporated areas. And I think there's still a lot of work to do to make sure the unincorporated areas are represented in those grants.
And can you describe what the amounts of the grants were that were dispersed?
I believe they were around $3,000 per business, and they might have been slightly different per grant program and business type, but that's about the level.
I hope you can get some of that information back to us. Right now, we're asking questions about how it was dispersed, where, so that we don't duplicate efforts with this motion. Hopefully, it will pass, and looking at other resources that we can provide. And that also creates a problem for our community because they're confused as well. There's still a lot of distrust when people go to folks' homes to ask them what their needs are. And then there are other individuals who are not even affiliated with this but want to take advantage and prey on our community. And that is equally troubling. So there's a lot of work that has to be done, and I still hope that we have Consumer and Business Affairs working alongside with you, and would ask that in some ways that they come out with you to provide this information, or at best have information made available to the public in some fashion.
Yes, we are working closely with Consumer and Business Affairs and making sure we're passing along information about scams, and making sure that folks are aware of the kinds of questions that they might be receiving and know where to get support from the county. And so we are working closely with them, and we'll continue to work cross departments on our canvassing efforts, so folks get all the information at once. And I will share, we do have information from some of the organizations that received funds from Lineage, particularly around small businesses, so that will definitely be part of our analysis in our eligibility and prioritization for the Business Interruption Fund, making sure we get as many folks relief as possible.
And of course, there are a lot of people that lost their jobs, including at Lineage, but also because of the local businesses that are no longer able to perform, they had to let their employees go. So are we working around that? Are we targeting that?
Yes. So we've been holding daily rapid response events, virtual with the City of LA and in person on Thursdays. So in English and Spanish, and so folks can connect if their job has been impacted. We've been working directly with Lineage as well. They have been able to retain most of their employees at this point in time, but we're connecting them with all of the available resources that we have. And we're continuing to engage at the Community Resource Center and on our canvassing about workforce services. We have our East LA America's Job Center of California nearby as well. And we are also planning additional assistance dollars from EDD to make available to impacted workers. So that's $1 million with the City of LA and $1 million with the Department of Economic Opportunity that will be directly invested in this community.
And have we set up any website yet? I mean, last time we spoke about that, getting that together.
Yes, we're working centrally with the county to make sure that the Recovery LA site is housing the links for all of the relevant departments. So we'll continue to work with CEO, County Comms, and OEM to make sure that that has the latest information.
And it's updated. Thank you. Thank you very much, Kelly.
That fire's pretty fucking big.
Amy, thank you for being here. Amy Bodek, Regional Planning. I wanted to ask you if you could share a bit about our green zones and any guardrails that the county may already have in place to limit industrial facilities.
All right, I gotta pull the ripcord. I'm gonna fucking kill myself right now, dude. See, you slowly realize that Mr. Herman is the gold. You know what I mean? Viewer discretion is advised.
No me diga cómo te quiero tostar. Estoy en número uno primero, pendejo pelón.
Don't tell me when to begin. I'm on number 1, you bald dummy.
Pero voy a hablar en número 2 también, en la calle de 14, pinche pendejo.
But I'm also going to talk about number 2, on Street 14, dummy.
Hey, abogado pendejo, soy en número 3 con el pinche McCocker. Pinche puto.
Hey, dumb lawyer, I'm number 13 with fucking McCosker. Fucking dummy.
CD8, motherfuckers. Lean for nuisance abatement. It's about time you do your job, Marquis C. Harris, Baldy Dawson. According to Smoking Scan, you and those 2 dummies attorneys up there don't know shit about abatement.
It's true.
Otherwise, this city wouldn't look like a fucking rat hole like it does. Got it? Oh, that's right, I'm speaking English again. Woo, woo, woo! Look at item 37. David O. Carter.
Item 37 is not open for public comment, as public hearing was already held at committee. Please stick to the other items.
38, David O. Carter.
38?
I can speak on 38?
Item 38 is also not open.
Gracias, pendejo, para tu contestar. No me diga cómo yo puedo hablar, güey.
Thank you, dummy. Don't tell me how I can to answer.
Entonces, fregados, este pinche mapa de tracta 83306 en lugar de Sud Hudson Avenue in CD5 con la Katie Juju, fuck you.
I'm sorry, I wasn't able to catch that last part. Could you repeat that?
What kind of fucking translation is this shit? You're supposed to translate everything in Spanish, sir.
No, you're not doing that.
You're not doing that.
One, take him to his general public comment, and you're not going to be abusive to the translator. That's just, we're not doing it.
And Mr. Herman, you're welcome to speak in Spanish. You have been given multiple opportunities to stay on the items that are open for public comment, and you have not done so. So, as the council president said, you are now moved on to general public comment. You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
President Donald J. Trump Task Force, Snyder versus Phelps. Westboro, science plainly relates to issues. God hates the USA. Thank God for 9/11. America is fucking doomed. Don't pray for the USA. Thank God for IEDs, fag troops. Semper Fi, fags. God hates fags. Maryland Taliban fags doom fucking nations. Not blessed, just cursed. Thank God for dead soldiers.
What is he talking about?
Priest rape boys. Scientology is a cult that rapes children and women and men. Fuck you, dead soldiers.
All right, I can't go on anymore with that. Jesus Christ. Crazy, bro. Sometimes he can get a little cuckoo. Sometimes he can get a little cuckoo. But, yeah, guys. Well, we got one in. It's funny that even Candido, as much as he is a knee bender, called them out on them being late for their first meeting back after being off almost 5 weeks. Only took 3 people on the phones. You saw his face. You saw his face. You know, when they had to go to the phones. I saw that eye roll. Like he despises having to go and hear from anybody. And those people are the people that probably voted for him. Man, that's where we're at. I'm wondering if things will ever change in my city. I don't know. They got too much of a grip. And if they ever get done what they're trying to do, it's over. If they ever let illegal immigrants vote, it's over. And then I know what people say. Oh, dude, you're cooked. You're kicked. Dude, so kicked. Bro, if you don't think that's going to happen in every major Democrat city, Chicago will be next, New York, okay? It'll be happening in all those big ones first. Washington, D.C., Yep. Bop, 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 bop. Eating up the country in these huge major cities. Starts here. It goes everywhere else. It's like a fucking fire. It spreads. Okay? That's what they're trying to do. Okay? They're doing the same thing. That's why they opened the floodgates in Spain. So they can get the people they want in there. They're going to use the little Moroccans to invade and frighten people and trash the place and then vote as they give them all the goodies off the taxpayers of Spain's back. So, yeah. That's why I say it doesn't just happen here. It's not just happening here. So remember that. This is a global plan. Okay? So you take little bits at a time. Okay? You get them into this commie line. And then they'll be in the bread lines. Then they'll see how much they like socialism. Sure, they won't be paying for the bread, and they won't have to go to work because their rent will be free. They'll be living in a project housing, get some cheese and some bread after standing in line for 3 hours. Then you can go home and do nothing and make some grilled cheese. Yeah. And you'll vote for them, and they'll keep the power, and their kids will end up getting into office, and then they'll do the same thing and keep it all going. Now, Valadez, that's what I thought it was. The plume is pretty gnarly. This is a fire in Calaveras County. I guess it's like between Sacto and like South Lake Tahoe, like Lake Tahoe area. I mean, I was just here in fucking October last year. That's where I went. I told you I went to Lake Tahoe. And that's the way we took, because we were in Sacramento. So, yeah. No cows, no cheese. Oh, yeah, it was a pretty decent one, Spellborn. I mean, you had Spindler call in, and you had Mr. Herman, of course. You had Daniel Gus call in. Shout out to Daniel for the shout-outs. Although if it weren't for Daniel, we wouldn't have no shout-outs. We didn't get one from Mr. Herman. It was all worked up. You know, James, like I said, Blake, you know, it is what it is. You know, like I always say, though, you know, welfare, Section 8, it's a trap. It's alive. It's around now. You've never met anybody who's on welfare prospering, other than a little, as they say, maybe hood rich, where you're getting free rent, getting some stamps, and then you got a side hustle on the side, so you're living good within your community. But it's really getting nowhere. It's just keeping you alive. It's just enough to keep you alive. That's it. What's up, Oregon? How are you? So, it is what it is. You know, I just think that LA really is the barometer. People look here to see what's going on, and if LA can pass it or do it, then it's coming to your town soon enough. Oh, there we go. Pop, look at this one for you. Dr. Nicole Quick. That's it. There's a chase on the 1AT zine, huh? You ain't lying to me, is you, Rudy? You ain't lying, is you, boy? Hopefully you're not. Although I'd have to restart the feed anyways, because that way everybody knows it's a chase. And yeah. Yeah, man. Otherwise, people won't come in and watch the chase with us. It won't happen. I want it to happen. What do I think about getting Tarek Skubal? You know, he's a great pitcher. I told you I kind of didn't want him because all we're going to do is hear the crying. And between him and Chris Bubik, we already heard it, you know. We kind of got him for not much other than Zaire Hope. Let's see. Who's texting me? Alright, guys, I'm going to hop off, and that way if the chase pops on, I can, you know, redo it, but we're done for the day now, I guess, so, yeah, so I'll keep everything on if this chase pops off that you guys are talking about. I'm not hearing it yet. But, alright, well, at least we got something in. Remember, guys, we have one more tomorrow at 10:15 a.m., right? And then, of course, they already took Friday off because they didn't just take 5 weeks off for summer. They needed another Friday off because Friday's a holiday, I guess. I don't know. I don't know which one it is. Maybe it's DEI Day. I don't know. Probably that's what it is. Maybe it's DEI Day. I don't know. So, yeah, we'll be live tomorrow for 2 shows. We'll do our Wednesday night show and then, of course, our Wednesday LA City Council. So, and I'll hop on in 10 minutes if this chase pops off. I just, you know, I need to reset the feed anyways. So, thank you guys for all the likes, the love, the donos. I appreciate all of them. Thank you for everything. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy your Tuesday if I don't see you again. Enjoy the Taco Tuesday, and I'll see you on Hump Day. All right? See you. Bye.
This party is officially over.
Screw you guys. I'm a going home.
Bye.